pretty sure we're streaming right now. Oh, shoot. Wait. Oh, alright. So we are currently going. So round two of the draft today, guys. So just to sum up what happened last night, I ended it after the first round, and I forgot to bring up who got drafted in the compensatory round and the competitive balance round. And so the Reds selected Jay Allen in the compensatory round, and then the Marlins selected Joe Mack. The Tigers selected Ty Madden. The Brewers selected Tyler Black. The Rays selected Cooper Kinney. The Reds selected Matthew Nelson. And the Minnesota Twins selected Noah Miller. So, yeah, I'm really sorry about that. But I will be doing a full recap video of the draft. So if y'all want to, so if y'all are looking forward to that, let me know. But we have 7 minutes, 34 seconds until the draft starts. There's a 1 minute delay between picks, and then tomorrow I won't be streaming rounds 11 through 20, but I will be doing a recap video, so I'll include everything that happened then. All right. All right, and we have someone on the stream. Um All right. Markham Waxers. Hey, welcome to the stream. All right, so where do I expect Judd Fabian to go? I think he could. I think he might go to the Pirates in at number 37, or basically the first pick in the second round. But he could slip. I don't. If he slips past the Tigers, I don't think the Red Sox are going to take him. I think they are going to take Joshua Baez or Anthony Solomito. I don't think they're going to take Judd Fabian. Maybe they'll take Adrian Del Castillo because we do need some catching backup. I don't know if they're going to take Judd Fabian, though. And, whoa! Welcome to the stream, Orion Hunter. Did y'all tune into the stream last night, guys? Because I think this is one of the best things that I've ever done right here. So, all right, the draft is coming up. It is 12:54. Are y'all ready? Ranson C, where can I watch day 2? You can watch that on MLB Network, or you can watch it on MLB.com, or you can watch it on my stream. Jerry Pfeiffer, anyway, Solomito slips to the Mets? That might happen. That might happen. Let's see. The Mets have the 10th pick this round, so it's a very slim chance. I'm giving Solomito like 20% chance of going to the Mets, though. Orion Hunter, I'm sorry that I ignored your second question, your question there. When does the second round start? It is 12:55 right now, so we've got 5 minutes. It starts at 1 o'clock Eastern time or 12 noon Central time. So I don't know where y'all are viewing from. I do get a lot of international viewers though, so who knows? This is pretty cool. I've got a ton of people like on this stream right now. This is my third stream this year. So, I do want to give y'all a heads up. The Houston Astros have their first pick in the third round of the draft. Um, you know, Markham Washers 8. I don't really feel comfortable answering that comment right now, but I am viewing this from the Eastern Time Zone, and I am from the U.S. All right. I want everybody in the comments to answer this. Where are um what team? What team are you rooting for this season? I'm personally rooting for the Red Sox. Um, I know Jerry Pfeiffer is probably rooting for the Mets right now. We currently have 7 people watching this. Ryan Hunter, you're rooting for the Angels? Hold up, who did... 1 minute. I forgot who the... Last night, the Angels drafted Sam Bachman. No, PLL Superfan Forever. He's rooting for the Yankees. Markham Waxers 8, you're rooting for the Blue Jays. Let's go. Here we go. Alright, 2 minutes, 19 seconds until the draft. Are you all ready? Are you all ready, guys? Y'all better be, because it's gonna be insane. Alright, guys, who do you think your team is gonna draft today? Too bad the Jays don't have... Do they not? I think the Jays... Do the Jays not have a second round pick? What? Hold up. How do they not have a second round pick? Angel Noel teams hopes that the Rangers take Judd Fabian. Oh, yeah, but yeah, Markham Waxers 8, they still have a no, they don't have a compensation pick. Oh yeah, I forgot. I for I I don't really agree with the trading system in the MLB. And I don't think it should be reverse order. I think it should be like draft lottery, except every team gets a pick. It's just randomized. You know. Alright, guys. The Home Run Derby's also on tonight. So, I want to know if y'all are going to be watching that. I am personally rooting for Trey Mancini, but I know a ton of people are rooting for Shohei Ohtani. I think Ohtani's going to win this. Yeah, Ohtani's probably going to win that. Here we go. And day 2 of the MLB Draft has officially started. Let's go. Angel Noel Teams believes Gallo's gonna win. Jerry Pfeiffer wants the Mets to draft Anthony Solomito, Adrian Del Castillo, or Alex Binelas. Hold up. Vladdy Jr. dropped out of the Home Run Derby? Oof. Let's go. Here we go, guys. Chat. Y'all are gonna want this. PLL Superfan Forever hopes Trevor Story wins. Hermania Martinez hopes Gallo wins. Markham Waxers 8 says, tough day for Jays fans. Well, y'all got Gunnar Hoglund last night, so, like, don't be so sad, because Hoglund is, really good. Hermania Martinez, the draft is happening right now. It's happening right now on MLB Network and on MLB.com. Or if y'all want to stick around, I'm covering all 9 rounds today, and the competitive balance rounds and the compensatory rounds. So if y'all want to stick around for those, just let me know. And continue to ask questions about your favorite draft prospects, or just ask questions about the league in general. Because I want to know what your questions are. Ryan Hunter, I have mixed feelings on Sam Bachman. But I'm not. But I think he's gonna turn out fine. I think it's gonna be 2 years before he makes the majors, though. There are a ton of guys that are probably gonna make the majors next year, though, in this draft. Alright, I think the Pirates are going to take Dalen Lyle, and I think the Rangers are going to take Alex Aloha. Here we go. Class C PSN, thoughts on Michael McGreevy? Alright. McGreevy, I thought he was going second round, but, but I think that's pretty accurate. Hoglund seems like a stud, but he won't pitch this year. Who knows? Hermania Martinez. I was honestly shocked that Leiter didn't go number 1 overall. I thought he was going to go number 1 overall, but I think the Rangers won the first round. They practically won the first round, guys. Well, they were one of the teams that won the first round. I just want to... Yeah. I feel like the Rangers, the Red Sox, the Diamondbacks, the Mets, and the Marlins won the first round. And the Reds, because they had 3 picks. Here we go. Oh yeah, tomorrow is the All-Star game. Angels Nation, Mike Trout, it was supposed to play, but he is injured. Therefore, someone new is gonna come in. Classic PSN. D-backs got a steal at 6 with Lawler. Ben Pulliam, new June 2021 track coach. I just subbed because nobody's streaming the draft today. Also call me Ben. Who do you think the Rockies will get today, if any? I don't know. Yeah, the Rockies are pretty early in the draft, so they could get someone really good. Mullins or Garcia is going to replace Trout. Wait, where's Byron Buxton in that, though? But Ben, I don't know everyone in this year's draft class, but I do think the Rockies are they're probably going to get Edwin Arroyo. Okay? PLL Superfan Forever. I hope Tristan Stevens goes between now and the 5th round. Alright. I've never heard of the kid, but, Hermania Martinez. Buxton's hurt too? Seriously? He's hurt? I don't know who's replacing Acuna. When do you think a team takes a chance on Bubba Chandler when he most likely will go to Clemson to play football? Well, Sal Frelick, also a football player, and he got drafted last night. So, who knows? Who knows if someone's going to take a chance on Bubba Chandler. I think he's going to go to the Nationals, though. I want to know what your thoughts on Jaden Hill are. though, as the Pirates, their pick is, of course, they're just keeping up with the commercials. What position does Buxton play? He plays a ton. He plays outfield, just outfield in general. PLL superfan forever. Stevens is a pitcher from the University of Texas? Dang. No one's been drafted yet. No one's been drafted yet today. This is pretty cool. I've never had a live stream audience this big, and I think it's nice that I have this many. Guys, if you... Whoa, okay. 1 minute, sorry. They're just doing commercials and commercials. I don't think they should be allowed to do commercials on the draft. Jamal Butler. Welcome to the stream. When does the draft start? The draft is on. The draft is on right now. Thoughts on Colson Montgomery? I could see him making the majors late next year. Are the Pirates picks about to be revealed? Top 5 available. We have Bubba Chandler, Will Taylor, Jaden Hill is third available. Adrian Del Castillo 4th, and then Ethan Wilson is 5th. Romania Martinez. I'm glad Gallo's having a good time, but my Rangers suck because of pitching. They're not about to suck because I think Leiter will come up pretty soon. Hope the Sox get a pitcher. Jamal, I really think that the Sox won't go with pitching. Although they do need people to... Isn't Taylor supposed to go to Clemson as well for football? I don't think so. Angels desperately need pitching. Well, yeah, you're right. Yankees need a third baseman and a catcher. What position does Chris Gittens play on the Yankees? Because they might be able to do that. I thought the Sox would have got Rocker. Well, we took the best available, apparently. Pirates, pick us in right now. The Pittsburgh Pirates have selected Anthony Solomito, guys. Anthony Solomito goes to the Pirates. There. Pick number 38. The Rangers have 45 seconds. Markham Wax 8. Meyer going to the Sox just make the AL East even better. Remaining Martinez. You guys did, but y'all need pitchers. Is he good? Anthony Solomito? Yeah. Oh, Texas Rangers have selected Aaron Zavala, an outfielder out of Oregon. Yeah. I wonder if Aaron is related to Sebi, you know? Can someone fact check that? Meyer looks good, but I personally think Lawler will be the best shortstop out of this class. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. The Detroit Tigers are up. Let's see. And the Detroit Tigers select Isaac Pacheco, a shortstop out of Friendswood High School in Texas. Alright, and the Red Sox have like under a minute. Now, y'all, this is a pretty good draft, guys. Thank you everyone for sticking around. Sox have 35 seconds, roughly, to make their pick. Wow. Alright, Boston's pick is in, guys. Aaron is okay. Was shocked with the Yankees pick yesterday. Didn't feel like they needed a shortstop. What? The Boston Red Sox have selected outfielder Judd Fabian from Florida. I am really sorry to anyone who won Judd Fabian on their team, especially Markham Waxer's 8, who won them on the Mets. Wait, was it you who won them on the Mets? Oh no, someone won him on... Oh no, someone wanted Salamino on the Mets. Yeah, but Judd Fabian going to the Red Sox, that's shocking, guys. So we've got Marcelo Meyer, Judd Fabian, Jerry Pfeiffer. You were the one that wanted Fabian to go to the Mets. Oh my gosh. It's been only 20 minutes, and 1 minute. The Orioles are up. The Baltimore Orioles select Connor Norby, a second baseman out of East Carolina. Alright, guys, how do you feel about the picks so far today? I really like that the Sox were able to get Judd Fabian. So we've gotten Judd Fabian and Marcelo Meyer in 2 days. Orioles screwed up again. I wouldn't say the Orioles screwed up, but, you know, it's not their best pick. Arizona Diamondbacks have their pick. They drafted Jordan Lawler last night. Wow. Arizona Diamondbacks select Ryan Bliss, a shortstop out of Auburn. Never heard of him. Yeah. This draft is moving. Well, the reason it's moving is because there isn't a 4-minute delay, there's a 1-minute delay. And most of the picks are getting called at like 30 seconds. Already, we've got the Kansas City Royals. It would have been super interesting if the Braves had picked Ty Madden yesterday. Hey, yeah, I guess so. Kansas City Royals. Okay, KC's pick. KC isn't on the stream today, but he was last night. He co-hosted with me. Maybe just couldn't afford Fabian. Okay. Kansas City Royals select Ben Caderna out of Blue Valley Southwest High School in Kansas. The next Rangers pick is round 3. Brianna Torres, what's up? Already, this draft is moving. Colorado Rockies, right here, right now. They've got 27 seconds to confirm their pick. These guys, the announcers are just getting interrupted a ton. Rockies pick is in. Colorado Rockies select Jaden Hill, a right-handed pitcher out of LSU. So Jaden Hill to the Rockies. I didn't expect that one. Okay, guys. So, how are y'all feeling about the draft so far? Because I know there are a ton of mixed feelings with y'all, especially the ones who want Fabian to go to their team. Markham Waxers wants Lonnie White to go to the Jays now. Okay. Pretty big draft, guys. 20 rounds. Angels pick is already in. The Angels selected Kai Bush, a left-handed pitcher out of St. Mary's. The announcers don't sound like they want to be there. Yeah, they're just like bland, but that's because they keep getting interrupted. All right, who's the Mets fan? Jerry Pfeiffer, your team has the next pick. Is he good? Kai Bush is good. Yeah, I had him go. I had him going to the Pirates. I had him going to the Pirates in the third round, but you know, I think this is gonna be a steal for the Angels. But the Sox, Jerry Pfeiffer's like, give me Del Castillo. I think y'all might be getting Del Castillo over Baez. I've noticed that Baez's name has not come up once in this stream. Mets have their pick in. They're going to take a quick break, meaning it's going to be like 5 minutes. So, quick recap. Apparently, yeah, so the Sox, major steal there. No, like, seriously, imagine if, like, Del Castillo and Baez, like, slipped to the third and fourth rounds, and then the Sox picked Del Castillo and Baez. That's the best possible outcome for the Sox right now. You know? And then maybe Dalen Lyle? Guys, last night, there were 3 players who didn't have a Wikipedia page, in the draft, in first round, and there's still 2, Cooper Kinney and Noah Miller, who were selected in the competitive balance round last night. Third round, though, Isaac Pacheco, Connor Norby, and Ryan Bliss don't have Wikipedia pages, apparently. Herminia Martinez, thank you for the subscription. Markham Waxers 8, did they give a reason why Watson fell so much yesterday? Apparently it had something to do with money. Yeah, apparently he wanted, like, more. Apparently he won money that, like, no team could give him except for, like, the Marlins. And the Marlins are trying to build up what they had with, like, Yelich, D. Gordon, and Giancarlo Stanton, and JT Realmuto. I think they're trying to build a new dynasty, you know? This is amazing, though. I want to see what is. All right, Kai Bush and Jaden Hale have pages, but Ben Caderna doesn't. Top top players left in the draft: Will Taylor, Bubba Chandler, Josh Baez, Peyton Stovall, Wes Kath, Tyler Whitaker, Adrian Del Castillo, Gage Jump, James Wood, Tommy Mace, Chase Burns, Josh Hartle, and Matt Mikulski. Everyone is happy. Do I watch college ball? Um, not really. But that's because like the colleges I want, like I don't get those channels. I don't get those channels, so I'd have to like watch them on Hulu, but then I'd have to look up the schedules, and it's just like, oh my gosh, you know? All I know is that Mississippi won. Mets have the next pick. Right-handed pitcher Calvin Ziegler selected by the Mets. I am really sorry, Jerry Pfeiffer. I'm really sorry, Jerry, about that one. No one. Wait, hold up. Apparently, there were a few Canadians selected last night. Specifically, Tyler Black was the first Canadian selected in this year's draft. He was selected last night, but apparently, Calvin Ziegler is Canadian. Yeah, he's from Ontario. Jerry, I need your opinion on that pick right now. Guys, Adrian Del Castillo and Joshua Baez are on the clock. Washington Nationals pick. Washington Nationals select Dalen Lyle out of Trinity High School in Kentucky. I'm really happy. I wanted Dalen Lyle to go to the Sox. He was one of those players that I was like, please go to the Sox. But, I think the Nationals are a really good fit for him. Have any of these guys... Only a few of these guys have gone to college. I hope they know what they are doing. I am disappointed. Jerry, I'm sure Calvin's going to turn out fine. Seattle Mariners now with the next pick. Seattle Mariners select shortstop Edwin Arroyo out of Central Point Christian Academy in Florida. Arroyo is 17. He's only 17. Like, that's pretty young. Pretty cool. Yeah, that works. Philadelphia Phillies. Philadelphia Phillies select Ethan Wilson, an outfielder from South Alabama. Already, we're like halfway done with the first round. With the second round, sorry. Giants are next on the clock. Did anyone here watch the draft combine? Uh, People are watch bombing right now. Don't trust people who are watch bombing, okay? San Francisco Giants select Matt McCulsky out of Fordham. He's a left-handed pitcher, so any Giants fans in here, just tell me. Everyone, I want to know. There are a few people who have not said what team they're rooting for. What do y'all think about this move? Guys, where do you think Joshua Baez is gonna get drafted? April 25-20. Padres fan in the house. Okay. Your pick is coming up. Brewers pick is in, guys. '51st pick of the draft goes to the Milwaukee Brewers, who currently have Jackie Bradley Jr. Okay, and they're just doing commercials left and right here. You know? Thank you for the subscribe, Markham Waxers 8. Baez, Chandler, and Taylor haven't gone yet. Apparently, they... Guys, thanks for all the subs. Might be the commitment to football for Taylor and Chandler. I don't know, because Kyler Murray is still under contract with the Diamondbacks, and Felipe Franks is still under contract with the Red Sox. Y'all know who those are? Alright, let's get ready. Get ready, guys. I swear every pick takes longer than they say it will be. Okay, Xfinity and Fios commercial. Murray won 6th to the A's a couple years ago, not the Diamondbacks. Yeah, wait, didn't they trade his drafting rights? I'm gonna look that up for a second. Yeah, Kyler Murray. I'm looking that up. He was taken by the A's. Should Kyler Murray return to baseball? Uh, he he'll be on the A's. Yeah. Brewers have the next pick, guys. The Brewers have selected Russell Smith out of TCU. He's a pitcher. Um, Vladdy time with Jordan today. The shoe brand, or are you talking about like the Charlotte Hornets, like Michael Jordan's basketball team? Because like that can be confusing for some people. I'm pretty sure I know which one you're talking about. I swear, if he signed with all right, shoe brand. Okay, yeah, yeah. I have a ton of basketball fans who are subscribed already, so they might come back and be like, "Oh yeah, well, I haven't seen him play in the NBA." I have fans like that. No offense to them though. I will. No offense to them though. It's an honest mistake. Marlins draft Cody Morissette, a shortstop from Boston College, guys. And wow. This is a pretty shocking draft. And of course people think the Reds are going to select Andrew Abbott. They haven't officially announced it yet, but keep in mind the draft tracker updates in real time, whereas live coverage is actually 30 seconds behind. Yep, Reds select pitcher Andrew Abbott. Andrew Abbott out of Virginia, not Albert. Sorry, guys. "52 seconds for the Cardinals, another team that I like. And then after them is the Yankees, yet another team I like. Adrian Del Castillo and Joshua Baez, though, haven't been drafted. That's a little shocking. And then there's also like Gage Jump. You would have thought would be selected. Peyton Stovall in there. St. Louis Cardinals. St. Louis Cardinals select Joshua Baez. He's finally selected. Guys, Baez has been selected. 18. Committed to Vanderbilt. Which means Del Castillo isn't far behind. I have a feeling Baez is gonna be one of those guys that's gonna like get traded in the next year. Unfortunately, because aren't the Cardinals? I'm pretty sure the Cardinals are bankrupt because they still have Goldschmidt. They've got Arenado. They've got Pretty sure they're are they still paying Pujols? I don't know. They've also got Mason Wynn though. Yankees. Yankees select a right-handed pitcher Brendan Beck out of Stanford. Yeah, Brendan Beck out of Stanford gets drafted by the Yankees in the second round. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Brendan Beck has a brother apparently. Can anyone tell me who that is? All right, Chicago Cubs. They've got their pick. Yeah, it would be interesting if Chandler got selected by the Yankees. Rather have had Bubba Chandler. The Yankees need good pitching though to back up Jonathan Loaiziga and Corey Kluber, who is probably gonna leave after this year. Chicago Cubs. They have the next pick, but it looks like they're going to commercial break. Still, Lonnie White Jr. hasn't been selected. Adrian Del Castillo hasn't been selected. Peyton Stovall, Will Taylor, and Bubba Chandler haven't been selected. Beck was ranked 99th, though. Yeah, I know. Yeah, if you want to... Okay, I'm going to look for, like, some of the... Okay, apparently they're not going to go to a commercial, so the Cubs have the next pick, and it looks like it's going to be James Triantos at James Madison High School in Virginia, third baseman. Yep, James Triantos goes to the Cubs. Um, yeah, guys, who do you think is making their major league debut next year out of this draft class? Or maybe this year, who knows? We have a ton of good players in the draft this year. All right, Brendan Beck. Oh, Brendan Beck is Brendan Beck is the younger brother of Tristan Beck, who is a pitcher in the San Francisco Giants organization. Y'all think Wicks is gonna make his debut? Later in Madden too? All right. Yeah. I think maybe Meyer or Fabian will be up by next year. You know? On this day in 2019, the Angels threw a combined no-hitter on Tyler Skaggs' Memorial Night following his death. Dang. Hmm. Ooh. All right, guys. Who had the biggest steal of last night? Oh my God, no. And then after this next pick, I'm gonna ask you a question. Watson at 16 was a steal. Will Bednar? All right. White Sox. White Sox selected Wes Kath, a third baseman. He doesn't use batting gloves apparently. And apparently, Doug. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Okay, yeah. Doug Nikhazy, a pitcher from Mississippi, has been selected by the Cleveland baseball team. Taylor and Chandler are going to drop block because they basically confirmed they were going to play college football. Yeah, well, what about Sal Frelick? Because he also is a football player. And, yeah, but this is pretty crazy. Guys, who's your favorite player that's been drafted? I want to know. And also, yeah, but I know Chandler said he wanted to play college football. Yeah, I think Frelick actually said that he did too, but I'm not sure. Braves select Spencer Schwellenbach out of Nebraska. He's a pitcher. Schwellenbach going. A's pick is in. They selected Max Muncy. Insert Dodgers joke there. Oakland A's. Let's see. Uh, A's selected Zach Gelliff or Geloff. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Third baseman. This is guys. I forgot to mention. The Brewers selected when the Brewers selected Russell Smith. He was ranked number 102. Calvin Ziegler, number 123. I want to see. Yeah. Yeah. Next up are the Twins, followed by the Padres and the Rays, because the Dodgers don't get a pick this round, and then the next round starts, and that's compensatory round B. Steve Hajar, Stephen Hajar, apparently, or Hajar, yeah, he was just drafted. Dude, dude. All right, Jerry. Just because the Mets drafted Ziegler, he was ranked like in the 150s. That doesn't mean he's gonna be bad. He could have just been like criminally underrated. You know what I'm saying? Cause like there have been guys who have been drafted in the 39th round and have made it to the MLB. Why did the Dodgers not get a second round pick? So basic, 1 minute. Pirates have their pick in a few seconds, but basically, Dodgers don't get a second round pick because, when you win a World Series, that team has to forfeit a pick in the draft, and it has to be within the first 5 rounds. I can only hope. A lot of teams are going under slot. Yeah. They're not Pirates. Padres are selecting now. Padres select James Wood, an outfielder. April, what's your thoughts on that if you're still in the stream? Um, 1 minute. I forgot to ask this, but are people from like other countries still allowed to like are players from like the Netherlands still allowed to get drafted, or is it or do they change that rule? Because I know if there were a few people from the Netherlands that were eligible to get drafted, and a few people from Mexico, and that was like 10 years ago. Rays have their pick right now. Probably going to be Adrian Del Castillo, but if it's not, we're going to see. Who? Tampa Bay Rays select Kyle Manzardo, a first baseman. Next up is compensatory round B. Also, no, it's not compensatory or competitive balance round B. Dude, guys, if a player is drafted within the first 5 rounds, there's actually a really good chance these guys are gonna make the MLB. So, Jerry, Calvin's gonna do crazy. Uh, alright, apparently, alright, April. Uh, April, y'all were talking about James Wood. He said he's a big dude, but you don't know if he can put it all together, but he has great potential. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, competitive balance round B. Pirates, Orioles, Royals, Diamondbacks, Rockies, and sorry, baseball team, Cardinals and Padres. Could have just gotten demonetized for that one, but yeah. Hmm. Top five available right now: Will Taylor, Bubba Chandler, apparently, Peyton Stovall, and Tyler Whitaker, and Adrian Del Castillo. Guys, where do you think Del Castillo's getting selected? I have a feeling the Sox are gonna take him. I feel because I think you all. So I think what the Sox are. The Sox had a genius strategy last year. Okay, they took Shane Drohan. They took Jeremy Wu Yalen. They took Nick York last year, and they took Blaze Jordan. They were able to save some money um, without the second round pick last year due to the sign stealing thing. Um, you know, they were able to save some money. Yeah. Um, had Blaze Jordan not reclassified, he would have gone number one overall this year. Yeah. All right, draft coverage has resumed. Competitive balance round B. What do y'all wanna one minute. Whoa, okay, so White Sox have just released Adam Eaton. Yup, they really just did that. If this is kind of boring, I'm sorry. Um, but like I wasn't able to get anyone to co-host this with me today. You know. Red Sox have a remaining draft pool of 11.36 million, meaning meaning if Adrian Del Castillo isn't taken this round. Yep. Pittsburgh Pirates select Lonnie White Jr. Just a list of guys who haven't been taken. Will Taylor, Bubba Chandler, Peyton Stovall, Tyler Whitaker, Adrian Del Castillo, Gage Jump, Tommy Mace, among others. Lonnie White Jr., though. I'm hoping the Jays go overslot because they didn't have a second. Orioles have selected Reed Trimble. Yeah. Yeah, Reed Trimble. Yeah, but guys who are yeah, but guys wait, are there any that have been undrafted? 1 minute, I'm gonna look this guy up. Apparently there is one guy from Australia that is up for this year's draft. Ben, you still find it funny that the Astros cheated in 2019 or whichever year was Cole's last year with the Astros and skipped the draft last year and this year? Yeah, they cheated in 20. They cheated in 2017, then lost Cole in 2018 in the offseason going into 19. And MLB draft coverage is not there, so not on MLB Network anymore. So guess I'm gonna have to. I guess I'm gonna have to do this by myself now. Lonnie White got selected. This is alright. So Yeah, guys, I'm not too sure that we're gonna be able to continue draft coverage. All right. Yeah, they just like all of a sudden just canceled the coverage of the draft. Like, I am really sorry that they did that. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna have to go off of my Twitter page now.
And welcome back to the 2021 MLB Draft. Day 2 coverage from Colorado.
All right, it's coming back.
Our coverage is presented by Dove Men Plus Care. We are streaming live right now on MLB.com for the rest of the day as we're in competitive balance round B, and then we'll kick it over to round 3. We'll go all the way through round 10, and we're going to get started in just a moment. Still plenty of big names, too, left on the board. We're going to go to the Kansas City Royals. There's 8 extra picks between rounds here, and so Kansas City is one of them after Pittsburgh and Baltimore selected in this round B. So KC with that extra pick right now.
The Kansas City Royals select Peyton Wilson, a second baseman from the University of Alabama. The Arizona Diamondbacks are on the clock.
Peyton Wilson.
And part of a very athletic family. You might know the name.
Yeah, exactly. The Alabama fans certainly do. His older brother, John Parker, set a bunch
Peyton
of
Wilson
records
drafted by the Royals,
Crimson
guys.
Tide as a quarterback. Another older brother still holds a share of their freshman home run mark with 15. Peyton's one of my kind of favorite non-first round picks in the draft. Real interesting guy, a ton of versatility here. He's a switch hitter. He's 5'9", 5'10", but he has a lot of pop. It's kind of an aggressive swing, but he makes contact, hits for power. He's got solid speed. He's got a cannon arm. This guy could play literally almost anywhere. He played second base this year. I think you could try him at shortstop maybe at the next level because I think he's quick enough and he's got the arm. He caught some as a freshman. He's played center field. So you got a lot of tools here and a lot of options as to where you want to put him in the outfield.
No surprise he's a great athlete coming from that family. Let's go to Arizona's pick.
The Arizona Diamondbacks select Adrian Del Castillo, the catcher.
Diamondbacks select Adrian Del
Colorado
Castillo.
Rockies have the next pick.
So basically the best player now off the market.
And a true standout
And
at the plate
apparently
in
the
a
Rockies
draft
are
class.
selecting
Not
Joe Rock.
as heavy on dependable college bats, but Del Castillo comes out of Miami, number 42 overall on MLB.
What are your thoughts on
Here's
this?
the
That Del
Rockies
Castillo
pick.
slipped this far down.
The Colorado Rockies select Joe Rock, a left-handed pitcher from Ohio University. The Cleveland Indians have the next pick.
Cleveland baseball team.
6'6"
on
lefty
this
Joe
channel.
Rock out of Ohio and a steady rise
Yeah,
in
guys,
his swing
just so
after
you
more
know,
than up
I
and
am
down
not
freshman
going to
year.
be saying Cleveland
I know you're a big fan
Indians.
of Bobcats history.
It's going to be
High
Cleveland
school
baseball
history.
team now
He's
on
a 93,
my channel.
96 mile an hour fastball. Guy on the rise. Really
That
broke
okay,
out
guys?
summer ball last year.
On
Good
to the
slider,
Cleveland
too.
Indians.
All of a sudden, my draft coverage just went from like the all-time low, basically one of the all-time
The
lows today.
Cleveland Indians select Tommy Mace, a right-handed pitcher from the University of Florida.
Tommy
St. Louis
Mace.
Cardinals have the next pick.
Tommy Mace going
6'7"
to
Tommy
Cleveland.
Mace, 215 pounds, out of the University of Florida. Previously a 12th round pick in 2017, and now he goes in.
Wow, we have 39 people on the stream right now. That is
Yeah, and could
amazing. That's the most people I've had on a stream at once. 43 now.
Had an okay, not great year for stats.
Hello to
I know
everybody joining.
A lot of teams do like some of the metrics for him in terms of spin rate and things like that. And he's a really good competitor. He's been
All
at
of
the
a
front
sudden,
Florida's
the
rotation
stream
for
just
a
like
long
spiked
time
in
now.
coverage.
He knows how to compete, and he's got a full array of pitches that he can throw for strikes. Fastball, curve, slider, and change. The curve is a little bit ahead of the slider.
Yeah.
There may be a little more in the tank once he gets to the pro game and adds some strength to that frame.
Yeah, the ERA this season was 4.38, but the strikeout rate, and you look at the stuff, and that's the pick made as we go.
Guys, come on,
and
keep
stay in the
commenting.
Midwest.
Keep
The St.
commenting.
Louis
Do
Cardinals
whatever you
have the next
want.
pick.
All 49 of y'all.
The St. Louis Cardinals select Ryan Holgate, an outfielder from the University of Arizona. The San Diego Padres have the
The
next
Giants. I'll get that in a second.
A Pac-12 player who really swung the bat well the past couple seasons, Jonathan.
Yeah, it's a power bat, and there aren't that many college power bats in this class, especially left-handed ones. He hit a bunch of homers in postseason play just to add on, but really hit well.
Giants.
Down here, carried it over to this year. The improved hit tool led to him getting to his power more
San Francisco
frequently.
selected
He's a pretty
Will
decent athlete,
Bednar.
Probably is a left fielder when all
And
is said
Matt
and done
Mikulski.
because his arm is kind of fringy. Can play a little first base. Either way, it's
Ryan
the power
Holgate
bat
going to
that
the
fits
Cardinals,
the
though,
corner
like,
outfield
jeez.
or corner infield profile well.
And on to the San Diego Padres. They have our next pick here. We're still in competitive balance round B. Pick number 71.
With the final pick of competitive balance round B, the San Diego Padres select Robert Gasser, a left-handed pitcher from the University of Houston. The Pittsburgh Pirates have the next pick.
Robert Gasser, the left-handed pitcher who began his college career at New Mexico. He transferred around a few times, ends up at the University of Houston, and that's where he shines and earns this draft spot.
Yeah, just Scott, he was the dominant California junior college pitcher 2 years ago. Transferred to Houston, shortened season because of COVID. Really didn't make much of an impression on anybody. Came out this year, 7 scoreless innings against Texas and Ty Madden. Fastball's up to 96, low 90s, got a hybrid breaking ball with more power, got an effective changeup, so a good array of pitches on him.
Let's see what the Pirates do with their pick.
The Pittsburgh Pirates select Bubba Chandler, a right-handed pitcher from North Oconee High School. The Texas Rangers have the next pick.
There's your Bubba Chandler selection.
Bubba Chandler selected by the Pittsburgh Pirates, guys. Y'all have been waiting for
One
that.
of the best athletes in the class taken.
So I was off by a round. But this is interesting.
Y'all been waiting for that, guys.
Huge upside on Bubba Chandler. Teams like him as a right-hander. Some other teams like him as a shortstop. You're talking athletic guy. He's a quarterback recruit at Clemson. 92, 97. Power to his down a curveball. He's got a slider and a changeup too. He's also, really intriguing as a shortstop also. Switch hitter, solid power potential, solid speed. Pirates have drafted him as a right-hander. I know there were teams that were even mulling him in the first round as a shortstop. I think he was the best prospect in this draft, who is a legitimate prospect for the majority of teams both ways.
PWA with
we say this a
football.
lot. Yeah, he went in the third round.
Who's your cousin?
Lower than expected, but if he got picked today, I'm assuming he's going to sign with the Pirates.
Absolutely, and look at what the Pirates have done so far in day 2.
We're just gonna.
Yeah, what a day. And he had the yellow
look at the
confetti
draft
prepared.
chart.
That was impressive, too.
The Texas Rangers select Cameron Cawley, a
And
shortstop
here's
from
Cameron
Barbers
Cawley.
Hill High School. The Detroit Tigers have the next pick.
Brent Toadies?
I add the extra tool these
I'll look 'em
days
up.
called swagger, and apparently Cameron Cawley brings a lot of that out of high school in Texas.
Yeah, this guy was kind of one of my favorite prospects when I started to find out more about him. Quality hitter, plays with swag, kind of like a Dustin Pedroia swag, and can really run. Chance to stick at shortstop. Also could go center field.
We'll move to the Detroit Tigers in round 3.
The Detroit Tigers select Dylan Smith, a right-handed pitcher from the University
Tigers
of
select
Alabama.
Dylan Smith.
The Boston Red Sox have the next
And
selection.
the Red Sox have the next pick, guys.
Yes, we are in round 3 of the
Who do y'all
2021
think the Sox
MLB
are
draft.
selecting?
This is Dylan Smith, the
I am
right-hander on the
nervous
mound
right
out of
now.
Alabama.
Made a big jump this year for Alabama. Probably their best pitching prospects, and Spencer Turnbull was a second-round pick in 2014. He's now working in the low 90s, up to 95 with some run on the fastball. He's always had really good feel for spin. I remember him back when he was a Texas high school kid. He's got an 82, 86 mile-an-hour slider with tilt. He's got a upper 70s curveball with downer break. Nice jump this year for Dylan Smith.
And you'll take that strikeout to walk ratio, 113 to 20 in the SEC this year. Congrats to Dylan. Here's the Red Sox.
The Boston Red Sox select Tyler McDonough, a second baseman from NC
Sox
State.
select Tyler
The Baltimore
McDonough.
Orioles have the next selection.
Second baseman.
Tyler McDonough at NC State also comes out of a high school that produced some pretty good big leaguers, Hall of Famers, Ken Griffey Jr. and Barry Larkin. So what is Tyler going to bring to the Red Sox system?
What's interesting,
I
they announced
didn't
him as a
expect
second
Tyler to
baseman.
go
He played a
this
little
early,
bit there
but, you
early
know.
in his college career. He's more of a center fielder, but he has looked good. I had no scouts who did like him in the infield. He's also caught
Apparently
in high
Brent
school,
Sotis
too.
was part of
Switch
the,
hitter, more of a hit over power guy in the past, but he got stronger this
2016,
year, started to drive
draft
the ball
basketball
more.
went undrafted.
Solid speed, knows how to use it on the
I
bases.
hope he gets drafted, man.
You know, with his
Really
quickness
do.
and instincts, I think you could play him in center.
I
You
want-
could play him
I
in
think a ton
second,
of these guys
you
are
maybe
gonna
even third. Like I said, the catching's interesting. So you got a lot going
This
on
guy-
here. I feel like I've said this a lot today, Scott. But you've got hitting ability and you've got versatility, and that's a pretty good combination.
Yeah, we're looking for tools, stats, efficiency also on the base pass, like you said, 30 for 36.
John
in his career
Rhodes apparently going
for
to the
stolen
Orioles
bags.
The Baltimore Orioles select John Rhodes, an outfielder from the University of Kentucky. The Arizona Diamondbacks have the next selection.
You know, this is a neat story because we moved the draft to July, and that makes him eligible for this draft. You need to turn 21 within 45 days of the draft, and John sees the news, probably the press release at some point, and goes, yes.
Yeah, he just snuck in. If with the drafts in June, we aren't seeing him getting picked here. And I thought he was the guys who got moved into this year's draft when it moved. I thought he was the best prospect coming into the year. Had a little bit of an odd year. Now he's got potential for solid tools across the board. In the past, he looked like an advanced hitter, good bat speed, made adjustments at the plate.
All right, guys, this round,
which is
the
why I think he's
Houston
available in the
Cheaters
third round. It could
are
be
gonna
a
make
really
their
good
first
value here for the
selection.
Orioles if he winds up getting a
PW
little bit
with a
more
wiffle ball
patient
is
approach, a
still
little
in
bit
the
more
stream.
modified approach, but could be some ceiling here.
Good pick
I
by
hope
the
the best
Baltimore
for your
Orioles.
cousin there, but
And up next, the Diamondbacks.
let's hope he doesn't go to the team with the bad
The Arizona
reputation.
Diamondbacks selected Jacob Steinmetz, a right-handed pitcher from Elevate Academy.
Ooh.
The Kansas City Royals have the next selection. We will be taking a short pause prior to announcing Kansas City Royals pick.
Jacob Steinmetz going to.
Yes, we will. That's
Arizona
because we have a
Diamondbacks.
special guest joining us in just a moment. But let's focus on Jacob Steinmetz, drafted 77 overall by the Diamondbacks.
Really interesting guy here. He's a chance to be the first Orthodox Jewish baseball player in the history of the game. Went down to Florida to
Jacob
raise his son.
Steinmetz,
From
hold
New
up,
York.
hold up, hold up, hold
Talked to
up,
Florida
guys.
Scouts there who obviously hadn't seen
I-
him.
I'm-
He's got size, he's got projection, he's up to 94.
I've never heard of him, but
so he can maintain that. He can really
Orthodox,
spin a breaking ball.
Jewish
And that's really one of the biggest things. And he's been working on his changeup. So
wonder
there are
kid.
a lot of really good pieces here to get him into pro ball. I think it'll be an amazing thing. And I'll just say to the Steinmetz family, Mazal Tov, congratulations and Bahatzlacha. Good luck in your pro career.
See, he's our expert in a number
Hebrew
of
on a draft
categories.
broadcast. It's an all-time first.
Hey, we've been doing this for a long time. It's the first time
Hey,
I've
no
heard
problem,
that.
PW,
Very,
with-
very
with
nicely
the
done,
ball.
Jonathan. And congratulations to Jacob. He's selected by the Diamondbacks. Just moments ago, we saw Bubba Chandler with the confetti, the Pirates hat ready to go. Picked in round
So
number
y'all know-
3 by Pittsburgh. There he is. Excellent athlete
So,
out of Georgia.
apparently,
and guess what? He's joining
Brian
us
Reynolds is
live
replacing
right now
Ozuna
on
in the All-Star
MLB.com.
game. Only know that because the Dodgers made-
Congratulations.
During just
Take us
revealed
through
the starting lineup.
experience.
Also,
and
Scherzer is starting.
You already
Okay.
had the yellow confetti prepared. That is A+.
Oh yeah, our family's really big into confetti. No matter if
Dude.
it's a birthday party or whatever. So the confetti
We've
was a
hit an
must.
all-ti-
and,
we hit an
we had it
all-time
already for
record
yesterday,
high,
but it happened today, so
for
it's cool.
viewers on the stream a little bit ago with 47.
But we can't hear. I think the rest of MLB.com can hear you though. So we're gonna guess that it was a great answer, and we'll continue along here. I know Jim's got a question for you too. But hey, I love the smile, and everyone's enjoying hearing you on MLB.com. I'm sure it was a money answer, Jim. What do you have?
Congratulations,
Guys,
Bubba, on getting picked
guys
here.
in the-
And we
some
were
guys
talking
in the
about your
top
two-way
50
prowess. I
haven't
know
been
when we
taken.
were talking to scouts, we had some teams that liked you as shortstop, some teams that liked you as a pitcher. Sounds like the Pirates drafted you
Bubba
as a
Chandler's
pitcher.
another
Do you have a preference? Do you really care which one you do?
So we're waiting on Will
I mean, I just like
Taylor,
playing baseball.
Peyton
We'll
Stovall,
see what happens with
apparently.
everything, but I just
Still,
enjoy playing,
Tyler
whether it's
Whitaker,
every day or pitching, hitting whatever it
Gage
is.
Jump,
It's
Chase
just,
Burns, and
baseball's
Josh
a great
Hartle.
game, and being on the field is amazing. So.
Bubba, again, congratulations. I know that probably, going back from yesterday to today was a little stressful for you and your family trying to figure out how this was going to all work. Are you able to sort of breathe a sigh of relief and celebrate getting drafted or knowing that this likely next chapter of your baseball career is about to get going?
No doubt. Yesterday was a little stressful, but God has a plan, and I followed that plan. I prayed a lot last night, and everything's going to work out. I mean, I'm only 18 years old, and if you would have told me this a year ago that I would be in
What
this
it sounds like,
situation,
guys, looks
I
like
would've told
Bubba
you you're
Chandler might
crazy,
be
but everything works out for a reason.
going
and I'm
pro
glad to be a
baseball
Pittsburgh Pirate.
instead of football.
Bubba, thank you so much for doing this and for joining us and for letting us capture that great moment, too, with the fam. It was really awesome. Congrats again. We're looking forward to talking to you as you start your pro career, and good luck the rest of the way, okay?
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Go Pirates.
All right, that's Bubba Chandler joining us. First pick in round number 3 by the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Royals are on the clock in round number 3. I love the smile. The hair kind of matches the colors for Pittsburgh. He's got it all going on right now with the flow.
Yeah, that's absolutely. The confetti, I wonder if he had 30 colors of confetti
That's what I was
there.
thinking. We didn't get to hear it, of course.
Yeah,
in
maybe
the
they
.com
should.
crowd
I'm
did.
guessing that's the case.
All right,
but,
guys, come on, come on.
Listen, this is what the Pirates were clearly planning to do when they took Henry Davis, number 1, to be aggressive in day 2, and they're following that plan to a T.
Yeah, great draft by Ben Charrington so far. Let's see the Royals pick.
You're going to
Kansas
select
City
Carter
Royals select
Jensen.
Carter Jensen, a catcher from Park Hill Senior High School. The Colorado Rockies have the next selection.
Rockies have the next pick.
And here's a catcher pick by the Royals. Jim, give me your 5-second take.
Really good hitter at the plate. Great on the showcase circuit. Kind of similar to Kyle Schwarber, but more athletic at the same stage.
You did it.
The Colorado Rockies select McCade Brown, a right-handed pitcher
Who?
from Indiana University. The Los Angeles Angels have the next selection.
6'6", 225, late bloomer, and it's all coming together for him right now. And the Rockies
Select
team.
McCade
he was a guy
Brown.
who had trouble throwing strikes early in his college career. Really took a step up on the summer circuit last year. We'll quickly tell you, 92, 97, power on the curveball. Needs to throw more strikes, but he's made progress in
And
that area.
apparently
I gave
the
you
Angels
10
are going to
seconds
take
that time. And
Landon
again, Jim
Marceau.
Thomas coming through. Here's the Angels.
The Los Angeles Angels select Landon Marceau, a right-handed pitcher from LSU. The New York Mets have the next selection.
Jerry Pfeiffer, if you're still in the stream, your team's
And
got another
Landon
pick.
Marceau with big-time stuff. Jim, and what's the scouting report?
Well, he's more of a pitchability guy. Like he goes back to Team USA, best pitch is a curveball, low 90s guy, track record success, high school,
pretty
Team
sure-
USA, LSU.
You're going to hear that word a lot. Pitchability guy, and he's going to the Angels. Here's the Mets.
The New York Mets select Dominic Hamill, a right-handed
New York
pitcher
Mets
from
select
Dallas
Dominic
Baptist
Hamill.
University.
So Jerry, if you're
The
still in the
Washington
stream,
Nationals have the next selection.
here we go.
Jim is just dominating in round number 3. This is your guy. What have you seen?
Yeah, Dominic Hamill set a school record at Dallas Baptist this year with 136 strikeouts. Analytic teams love this guy. He's got high spin rates, other good metrics on fastball, slider, and curveball. 91 to 96, riding life up in the zone. He'll pitch inside. He's aggressive on the mound. His breaking balls, he'll throw a curveball, slider. They can blend together a little bit.
1 minute,
He's got a feel for
guys.
changing speeds and shapes with his breaking pitches. Interesting guy.
Your words per minute are at an all-time high. Great job, Jim.
The Washington Nationals select Brandon Bossier, an outfielder from the University of Arizona. The Seattle Mariners have the next selection.
Brandon Bossier from Arizona goes to the
And named
Nationals.
to the Golden Spikes midseason watch list, a career 358 hitter in 3 seasons at Arizona. What are the Nats getting?
Yeah, this is a guy who can really hit, left-handed hitter, an advanced approach at the plate all 3 years that he was at Arizona. Drives the ball, doesn't strike out a ton. Hasn't been a ton of power, but this year started to uptick in terms of the extra base authority. Actually crushed left-handed pitchers, which is a good sign moving to the next level.
He wants to be a pilot too. Hey, keep this up. You'll be able to buy some planes. Here's the Mariners.
The Seattle Mariners select Michael Morales, a right-handed pitcher from East Pennsboro High School. The Philadelphia Phillies have the next selection.
You heard it. Michael
Am I gonna hear
Morales
the word
selected by the
pitchability
Seattle
right here,
Mariners.
Jonathan?
You are going to hear the word
Yes,
pitchability. Are you
let's
reading
go.
my reports, Scott Braun?
I memorized them.
He's
Guys,
a really interesting guy because he's a guy who has a really good feel for pitching. The stuff backed up a little bit.
I'm
being
gonna
in the spring,
ask
so
you
people
some
weren't sure what to make of it. I
right
think
here.
they wanted, after a summer of good pitching, for him to take a step forward velocity-wise. But, he's somewhat projectable, so I think there's more in the tank for Morales. Good pick here.
I love the word pitchability. Hey, we need more of that in the bigs. Here's the Phillies pick.
All right, here we go. Phillies.
The Philadelphia Phillies select Jordan Vyers, an outfielder from Rick Reedy High School. The San Francisco Giants have the next selection.
Jordan Vyers is the pick, 6'4", 250
Vyers? I
pounds,
thought that.
and
I thought
a lefty,
that kind of looks
17
like
years old,
VRs.
Selected by Philadelphia, currently a Arkansas commit and number 84 overall to the Phillies.
Well, you see, Scott, on the graphic there, 17 years old. That makes him one of the younger players in the draft. And their teams, they'll look heavily at age because they feel like you have more upside if you're a younger guy. Big body, 6'4", 215. He's got power potential. First base, I think he's outfield first base type. If he can stick in the outfield, even more power to him. But if it's only first base, he's got the pop to profile at the position. So he's an interesting guy. Finished strong, Arkansas recruit.
Okay. The Philadelphia Phillies make their pick at number 84. You're watching the MLB Draft. This is day 2. Scott Braun, Jim Callis, Jonathan Mayo. We're at the Raleigh Hotel. It's beautiful here in the lobby. We're enjoying
Currently
our
the
coverage,
Giants select
and we are
Mason
moving on to
Black.
the San Francisco Giants.
The San Francisco Giants select Mason Black, a right-handed pitcher from Lehigh University. The Milwaukee Brewers have the next selection.
Hey, I'm going to drop my first Cape Cod League reference, as he had a very strong season in 2019, and here he goes to the Giants in round number 3, Jonathan.
Yeah, we're talking huge arm strength and velocity with Mason Black. Sometimes not always knowing where it's going to go. But this is a guy
all right,
who
guys?
triple digits at times.
Who do y'all
He
think is
sits
making their major
97,
league debut
98
first
Frequently backed up a little bit
out of this draft?
as a starter this spring. He's got a slider that'll flash
And it
above
can be
average. Again,
anyone.
it's inconsistent. So there's some parts here that point to a future probably in a bullpen. I think that's what I would do. I would have him be a reliever, have him work on that slider.
And it looks like the
fastball,
Brewers are
slider,
going to draft
start
Alex
rip. And I
Pinellas.
think we're going to see a triple-digit short reliever.
And he is the 3rd Lehigh player drafted in the first 3
it's
rounds
Mark
in the
says
last
Kumar
15
Rocker,
years, so
mate.
congratulations to that program.
Jerry
And
Pfeiffer, you're
Mason
still in the. Apparently, you're still in the live stream. 1 minute.
The Milwaukee Brewers select Alex Pinellas, a third baseman from the University of Louisville. The Houston Astros have the next selection.
All right. PWA Wiffle Ball believes
Alex
that
Pinellas entered this season ranked as
Jack
one of the
Leiter's
top
gonna be
in-game
here.
power hitters in this class.
Alex
What else can you
Pinellas
tell
goes-
us?
Yeah, definitely.
In the
it's
third
a
round.
nice
I had him
home
going
state
in the
pick.
first
He's
round.
a Louisville player, but he's from Wisconsin. We talked about this on the broadcast last night. Wisconsin's producing so many hitters. Jared Kelenic, Gavin Lux, Noah Miller went in the sandwich round last night. Dalton Varsho. He had a really good combine, one of the best batting practices during our 5-hour broadcast on the Friday there. But he's a power hitter. Left-handed pop. Got off to slow
And apparently
start,
the
finished
Houston
strong with
Astros are
19
gonna
homers.
make their first pick
Position
and
a little
select
bit of a
Tyler
question.
Whitaker.
We'll see if he can stick at third. Wound up playing a lot of first for the Cardinals this year.
The combine was awesome this year. I know the guys loved it. Alex Pinellas to the Brewers. Here's the Astros.
The Houston Astros select Tyler Whitaker, an outfielder from Bishop Gorman High School. The Miami Marlins have the next selection.
Yep.
6'4", 190-pound outfielder out of Bishop Gorman, Jonathan, and he stands out for that big frame out of high school.
Yeah, he does. Believe it or not, he was a shortstop once upon a time,
Wow.
then moved to third, played a lot of outfield this year, and that's probably where he goes. He's kind of a corner outfield. The power started to show up more this spring. He stood more upright in his stance to get to that power, so some impact bat there.
Coming from the same high
All
school.
right,
as
we
Joey
might have
Torres,
some
too.
more guys coming in.
Miami
Is
Marlins select
that
Jordan
McCade
McCann,
Brown
a
one
shortstop from
on the Rockies?
Pensacola Catholic High School. Cincinnati Reds have the next selection.
Cincinnati, who just got selected?
And
1 minute.
Jordan
Sorry,
attended
Jordan
the 2020
McCann
MLB Draft
goes
Prospect
to
Development Pipeline. Is this a great athlete that's going to the
Miami,
table here in Miami?
but
Yeah, Marlins,
yeah,
they
Ben,
know guys who are up the middle,
McCade
who
Brown
can really
is on
run.
the Rockies.
The
He
speed
goes
helps
to
him
the Rockies.
defensively at
Apparently,
shortstop.
Jose Torres
Maybe
goes to the
he's not a
Reds.
short because of the arm. He can move
Yet
to
again, they've
second.
got, like,
I'd maybe consider sending him to center field and let him run.
100,000
Okay,
picks
great
in this
athlete.
draft.
Here's the Reds pick.
The Cincinnati Reds select Jose Torres, a shortstop from NC State. The St. Louis Cardinals have the next pick.
If I'm looking for great defense, did I just find a money pick by the Cincinnati Reds?
You did. He's one of the best college defensive shortstops in this year's crop, and he's also got some deceptive pop. He's a power over hit guy, which you don't usually say about a slick fielding shortstop. But he had a big home run off of Kevin Kopps, who's got a good chance to beat the Golden Spikes winner this year, in the 9th inning to beat Arkansas, which was the #1 team all season, and send the Wolfpack to the College World Series. He gets a little aggressive at the plate, but he makes consistent contact, and that glove's really going to carry him.
We saw a player with the
Apparently
same first
Austin
name,
Love
home
is
run
gonna be
yesterday
selected
in
by the St.
Futures
Louis
game
Cardinals.
That plays the same position in the system. Awesome.
The St. Louis Cardinals select Austin Love, a right-handed pitcher from the University of North Carolina. The Toronto Blue Jays have the next selection.
Here's a fourth-year sophomore who finally cracked the rotation this year, and how did it go?
It went really well, and he finished super strong. He had a 15 strikeout game against Georgia Tech. He won both of his playoff outings. Was a guy who probably pushed himself up from around the 5th round to now we're seeing him go here in the 3rd. His best pitch, I think, is his changeup. It's a legitimate plus pitch. It's got a lot of fade and sink. He can run his fastball up to 98. He more pitches at 91, 95. He's more effective there. It kind of straightens out when he throws harder. He's made some progress with his slider. You can see on here he's got a strong frame. He holds his velocity, keeps it deep into games. I think this guy is a starter, and then that changeup is really an equalizer against right-handers.
Yeah, Austin Love moving up the board. He goes to the St. Louis Cardinals. We're at pick
All right,
90.
Blue Jays.
On to
Any
91. The Toronto
Markham,
Blue Jays
if
were
you're
in
still
round
in
three
the
of 2021
if you're
MLB
still in
Draft
the
Night.
live
Valley
stream.
Hotel, Scott Braun, Jim Callis, and Jonathan Mayo.
There we go.
Let's hear the Blue Jays'
Let me
next
know.
selection.
The Toronto Blue Jays select Ricky Tiedemann, a left-handed pitcher from Golden West College.
Markham, your
The
team
New
just
York Yankees have
selected
the next selection.
pitcher Ricky Tiedemann. Or
And he
Tiedemann.
entered last year's draft as one of the biggest, here's a word you'll hear often today, helium prospects.
Yeah, he was a serious pop-up guy in high school, which was hard because of the shutdown. Instead of going to 4-year school, he moved to junior college. It's clearly worked out for him. Good
And apparently the
fastball,
Yankees are gonna
really
go
good
with
changeup,
Brock
improving slider. Reminds
Selvage.
so much Sean Manaea.
Oh, there you go. Great comp. Here's the Yankees.
The New York Yankees select Brock Selvage, a left-handed pitcher from Hamilton High School. The Chicago Cubs have the next selection.
I know that high school. That's Cody Bellinger's high school. And what are the Yankees getting?
You know, a really intriguing lefty with some upside. Another one of these guys who kind of entered the spring, we thought had a chance to be a really high pick. Struggled a bit in the spring. Probably a guy who helped himself about as much as anybody at the Combine because he threw very well in front of a lot of people, was flashing the 95, 96 that he's shown previously. He's got a good slider. He's got feel for a changeup. There's some upside here. You know, as long as he goes back
Yeah,
to
guys,
the guy who looked like he was ready to attack hitters. He kind of backed off of hitters a little bit during the spring.
Apparently Drew
and,
Gray
was
goes
able
to the
raise his
Cubs.
profile at the Combine considerably.
I'm hoping Cody sends him a text. Or maybe more. Phone call. It's a good mentor to have in the big leagues. Here's the Chicago Cubs on the board.
The Chicago Cubs select Drew Gray, a left-handed pitcher from IMG Academy. The Chicago White Sox have the next selection.
White Sox have the next selection, guys.
So sometimes we'll use pitchability and sometimes we'll use stuff. Is he in that category?
Yeah, he's a stuff guy. He's an all-projection guy. He was a two-way
Dude,
player.
Drew
really
Gray,
known-
it just
some
said he
people
was an
thought maybe he'd
outfielder,
be
and
better
now
as a
it's
hitter.
saying he's a
Kinda
pitcher.
took a step forward over the summer as a pitcher. Did not have as consistent of a spring at IMG, but this is a guy
confused right there,
with
but okay.
athleticism on the mound.
And over to the south side of Chicago.
The Chicago White Sox select Sean Burke, a right-handed pitcher from the University of Maryland. The Cleveland Indians have the next selection.
Jonathan Mayo.
The Rangers picked, yeah.
6'6", 235, 21-year-old. What do you like about him?
Yeah,
They selected
some
Cameron
very, very
Cawley.
Good stuff, some arm strength. The frame obviously can be up to
And
95.
they also had, like-
there's more in the tank when he wants to.
Yeah, so they
It's
selected
right
Cameron
up
Cawley,
in the
Hermania.
zone. It's a good four-seamer. He's got a good curveball. Inconsistent with command this year. Kind of fluctuating.
Guys,
his
I'm
style.
sorry that
Sean,
I'm
a good
not
basketball
really
player. Send us one of your dunks on social media, please.
like hyper. I'm just like really, really, really tired, if you know what I
The
mean.
Cleveland Indians select Jake Fox, a shortstop
Cleveland
from
baseball
Lakeland
team
Christian
goes
School.
Jake
The Atlanta Braves
Fox.
have the next selection.
All right, what do you think about Jake Fox to the Cleveland Indians here?
I'm going to tell Jim to take the rest of the round off. Area scouts really like the way he swings the bat. He barrels the ball up extremely well. There is some extra base pop. He runs decently. Just like a good baseball player. I think he probably moves over to second base when all is said and done. He reminded some in the area of Colby Halter, who had a really good year for Florida Gators, where Jake Fox was going to head to. But again, as we'll probably say repeatedly, chances are, because he's drafted here, he is going to
Apparently,
become a Cleveland
Dylan
Indian.
Dodd's
Yeah, we're
getting
in round
selected
number
by the
3,
Braves.
20 rounds over these few days. We'll do 11 through 20 tomorrow. Today we're going through round 10, and this is pick number 96 of the day.
The Atlanta Braves select Dylan Dodd, a left-handed pitcher from Southeast Missouri State University. The Oakland Athletics have the next selection.
Wait, Jim, just kidding. Come back. Do you know Dylan Dodd?
Hermania.
I do. It's interesting. A couple of years
Cameron
ago, we had
Cawley,
a lefty
shortstop.
with a priority senior sign at SEMO. That was Joey Lucchese. Got to the big leagues. Dylan Dodd, one of guys' favorite senior signs this year. He's 23 years old. He's a talented kid. He's got one of the better changeups in the draft. Low 80s pitch with some good.
The Mariners are DFAing a couple players right now.
He's added velocity. He was a two-way player
So,
too at Kankakee
anyone
in
drafted by
college.
the Mariners,
Division II junior college World Series.
Mason Miller
His
just
velocity's
got
gone from 88 to 90
drafted
when
by
he was
the
at
A's
JUCO.
apparently.
Now it's
But
93 up to
with
95.
Will Vest getting
Spin with a good
DFA'd,
spin on his fastball.
the
Breaking
Mariners,
ball is his third
well,
pitch.
the
He throws
Mariners
strikes, he competes,
one of
he's
those
athletic.
teams that needs
Nice value here,
some
talent
like
and
younger
discount.
players.
Okay, Oakland, you're up.
They got Harry Ford right
The
now.
Oakland Athletics select Mason Miller, a right-handed pitcher from Gardner-Webb University. The Minnesota Twins have the next selection.
Harry Ford.
Now this is a unique story.
We could see Harry
because
Ford
I talk about
or-
guys sometimes that, add
We
a
could see
little
Harry
muscle
Ford in the majors.
in the
We won't
offseason.
see
How
Edwin
about
Arroyo,
50
obviously, because
pounds?
he's
Because he discovered that
17.
he
You need to be
was diagnosed with
18
type
playing
1
the
diabetes,
majors.
Changed his diet, and all of a sudden,
But,
I mean,
you know.
look at this kid on the mound that Oakland selects.
We'll
I
see
don't know if
what
you put it
we'll
all
see
on
what
in
they do.
one off season, Scott. Anyway, got to go quick
And
here. Up to
Cade
99,
Povich
transferred from
going to
Waynesburg
the Twins.
Gardner-Webb. Pitched really well at the combine. Has a mid-80s
Hermania,
changeup, low 80s slider. Like this kid.
Coverage
And here's the
of
Twins
the
pick.
draft ended on MLB Network, so
Minnesota
you
Twins
have to go to
select Cade
MLB.com
Povich, a
on
left-handed
like
pitcher from the
computer or
University of
something.
Nebraska Lincoln. The San Diego Padres have the next
Okay.
selection.
And this was his first full season, and it was a first-team All-Big Ten season for Cade Povich, and now he's drafted by the Twins.
Yeah, he had a really nice year. They took Steven Hadger, I think, with their last pick, another lefty, Big Ten lefty. They get Cade Povich. He was not a big velocity guy, but he gets swings and misses, sitting around 90 miles an
Alright,
hour
no
with
problem.
his fastball. Really spins a curveball, fills the strike zone well. Our
Padres, let's see who
research
y'all are
team
gonna
informed
draft.
Scott, much like you, he always
April,
eats
you're a
Skittles in
fan,
the
so-
clubhouse
of
before he
them,
goes
so,
to work.
you know.
Fuels his performance, but yeah, he was a guy when I was talking to Midwest area scouts. They like Cade Povich. You can see here, really picked up his performance in 2021 compared to the COVID season last year, and he throws a lot of strikes. So I think this is a high floor lefty, kind of that number 4, number 5 starter if it all pans out.
Well, this could be the Marshawn Lynch of Major League Baseball, right? Doesn't he love Skittles?
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're busy.
A candy comp.
Candy Cop. Exactly. That's probably the first one we've ever done. Great note from research. Congratulations to Cade, the lefty, picked by the Minnesota Twins. We're in round number 3, pick number 98. Just gone down by the Minnesota Twins, Cade Povich, and now we are going to go on to the San Diego Padres as they are on the clock. Real quick, let's go back to the Minnesota Twins draft for a moment while we have a second. Day one, Chase Petty and Noah Miller. How did they do?
A couple high school guys there. I mean, Chase Petty obviously throws about as hard as anyone in this draft class, and actually getting intel from a scout that he just walked behind the set as we were doing
No
the
way.
thing too. So had we known, but he was really quick because he's up to 100 miles an hour off the mound, so we didn't even see him. But really, really good stuff. Noah Miller, another prep player with some upside.
Chase, come back. Come hang out with us. Scott Brunn, Jim Callis, and Jonathan Mayo. We're on MLB.com. We're going to take a brief pause. We'll do it a couple times here throughout the afternoon as we run through round 10. So we'll come back with the San Diego Padres pick. Or we're going to keep rolling? Okay. Let's do the Padres pick. About 12 seconds away, we'll get their selection and keep going with
Padres are going to select Kevin Kopps, one of the best pitchers in the draft.
In Denver, Colorado. Padres, next pick, now.
Kevin Kopps, a right-handed pitcher from the University of Arkansas. The Tampa Bay Rays have the next selection.
Well, Jim, if you go to the D1 leaderboard and you look at his ERA, it's best in all of D1 baseball.
And
it was
Ryan
under
Spikes is going to the Tampa
he
Bay
Kevin
Rays.
Kopps, like I said, it's probably going to wind
He's a
up being
shortstop.
your Golden Spikes winner. His money pitch, he's an older guy, 24, 6-year college. His money pitch is a slider.
I want to know if there are
Absolutely.
any.
Yeah, lighter and rocker.
Are there
The Tampa
any?
Bay Rays select Ryan Spikes, a second baseman from Parkview High School. The Los Angeles Dodgers have the next selection.
Are there any Astros fans in this stream? I want to
I'm gonna bring
know.
up alums when I know them from high schools like Parkview. Jeff Francoeur.
If you're
and
not,
Matt
then what's your
Olson, who we'll see
opinion
tonight in the
on
Derby.
the
So here's Ryan
Astros?
Spikes going in round number 3, pick number 100.
We talked about Ryan Bliss earlier today. He got picked earlier today. Ryan Bliss is an Auburn shortstop from Georgia. Ryan Spikes gets compared to him a lot. They're both 5'9". He's got a compact but strong frame, quick right-hand swing, so he's got more power than you might think from a 5'9" shortstop. You hadn't played a lot of shortstop before the last year. He's making strides there. He's got a plus arm, solid
Isn't
speed.
Will
I think
Taylor
he can
still
stay
on the
in
board?
Position. So
Yeah.
it was funny. You could not talk to an area scout in Georgia
Apparently.
about Ryan Spikes without them bringing up Ryan Bliss, who had been in their area 3 years earlier.
Same first.
Dude, what is up with
Shortstop,
this
same height.
draft?
A lot of
The
connections.
most
So the Tampa Bay
unexpected
Rays
picks.
looking for Ryan Spikes and finding him at pick number 100. We'll do the Dodgers, then take a brief pause. and then keep
Dodgers
rolling
are
here
going to select
with day 2
Peter
of our draft coverage.
Haybeck, a pitcher. Then we're going to take a brief
The Los
break.
Angeles Dodgers select Peter Hubeck, a right-handed pitcher from Gilman School. With that pick, we conclude the third round, and we'll take a short break prior to starting the fourth with Pittsburgh.
All right, guys.
At one
Short
point he was a catcher,
short
and
break.
then they said,
Don't
"Hey,
go
we wanna
anywhere
see you on
though.
the mound."
Don't go
How
anywhere
did that
though,
go?
Yeah,
because
that was a good transition.
I'm
for
gonna
him.
be
He's
back.
6'3", 170. He's sort of the prototypical
All right.
projectable right-hander. He's going to add strength and
All
has
right, thanks,
good now
Mark.
stuff up to 94. He's got a
don't
plus
go anywhere,
break
though,
that he can
okay?
Buried down in the zone. He's got feel for a changeup they didn't need against high schoolers in Maryland. I had an area scout tell me that they thought he was the best prep pitcher that they'd seen anywhere in quite some time. So there's a lot of upside here. The Dodgers, they know how to develop young pitchers. So this is a really nice marriage, I think, for the two of them.
I've used this often too. The Dodgers making gem picks late in the draft. I mean, the amount of times we've talked, even just this season alone, about a player and saying what round he went in the draft and how the Dodgers did such a nice job, drafting, developing. So here's one that could also emerge as a part of their rotation down the line. Our draft coverage is presented by Dove Men Plus Care. Beautiful day in Denver, Colorado. We will kick off round 4 with the Pittsburgh Pirates when we swing back.
Yo, guys, what did I miss? Yo, Jacob Nieves. You good? How did I not miss anything? Go, y'all ready? Get ready. Everyone's saying that this live stream is coming in so clutch. Let's go. Get ready, guys. Pirates' fourth round pick is coming up. Boston, Texas, Kansas City, LA, Mets fans, Blue Jays fans, Yankees fans, Cubs, Dodgers fans, Padres fans, Rays fans, you know, get ready. This stream is apparently one of the most clutch. Okay, I'm still gonna get. I don't. PWA wiffle ball. It's been under 2 hours and we've already gotten through 3 rounds, so I'm not sure. But there are going to be 10 rounds today, so we're probably going to be done by 4 o'clock. Stephen Galvin, welcome to the stream. No problem, man.
Welcome back to day 2 coverage of the 2021 MLB Draft. Round number 4 starts now with the Pirates.
The Pittsburgh Pirates select Owen Kellington, a right-handed pitcher from
Who?
U32
Kellington
High
or
School.
Killington?
The Texas Rangers have the next selection.
Owen Kellington goes to the Pirates, guys.
And that high school is in Vermont. U32 High School. He's committed to UConn.
Yeah, you know, it's not often that we have a top prospect from Vermont, but this was a different thing.
Are y'all gonna watch the home run derby tonight? Because after there's the celebrity softball game.
The Texas Rangers select Ian Mahler, a catcher from
Ian
Waller
Mahler
High
goes
School.
to the Rangers.
The Detroit Tigers have the next selection.
Y'all watching the celebrity softball game tonight? Because it's got Quavo, Anthony Mackie, Jojo Siwa, Karamo Brown.
He's a catcher who's got some power at the plate. He's got strength and bat
Tyler
speed, solid arm
Madison
strength.
goes to the
Had a little bit of a rough
Tigers.
spring, but he was a guy, going into the last season showcase circuit. It was last summer showcase
y'all better
circuit.
be
He looked like a top
watching
2-round
this.
pick, so this could be a
Because
really
celebrity
nice pick for the Rangers
softball
if they
game,
turn it back
it's
around.
gonna
Pick
be
number 104. It's the Tigers.
crazy.
The Detroit Tigers select Tyler Madison, a right-handed pitcher from Bryant University. The Boston Red Sox have the next selection.
Anthony Mackie, Quavo, Jojo
Another
Siwa,
pick for
Karamo
Detroit,
Brown.
and here's
CC
a pitcher,
Sabathia
6'1",
is gonna be in there.
Not previously picked. What else can you tell us?
First Vermont and then Rhode Island. This is a guy, real
Apparently,
guy.
the Sox are
Crazy,
selecting
crazy
Elmer
strikeout
Rodriguez
numbers.
Cruz,
Fastball
a
changeup
pitcher.
combination.
Finally, we're getting
And
pitching.
here's the Red Sox in round number 4.
The Boston Red Sox select Elmer Rodriguez, a right-handed pitcher from
Elmer
Leadership
Rodriguez
Christian
or
Academy.
Elmer
The
Rodriguez
Baltimore
Cruz?
Orioles have the next
Confused.
selection.
Yeah, interesting guy from Puerto Rico with some upside. Low 90s fastball, top out at 94. He's got a decent curve in the upper 70s. Some feel for a changeup, hasn't thrown it a lot. We'll mix in a slider.
All right, guys. I'm going to read the
Total
celebrity
projection
softball
pitches,
game.
6'4",
Quavo,
165.
Jojo
We'll bring him
Siwa,
a
Steve
sandwich,
Aoki,
put some weight on him. But once he
Ross
adds some muscle, there
Butler,
may be more
Noah
room
Beck,
in the tank there in
you
terms
know,
of his velocity.
they're part of the
Chapman
lineup. Charles
from Boston.
Melton,
Sure, that
First
makes
grade
sense.
food up there. He'll be in
Residente,
good shape.
Blake
Elmer
Gray,
Rodriguez is the pick for the
The
Boston
Miz,
Red Sox. Fourth
Kane
round,
Brown,
105, 2021 MLB Draft. Scott
Karamo,
Braun, Jim Callis, Jonathan
DK
Mayo,
Metcalf,
hard at work, and this is
JID,
definitely the time when we
Derek
also wanna do
White,
one more
CC
call-out. We did it on the MLB
Sabathia,
Network
Jenny
earlier.
Finch,
Hey,
Hunter
there are scouts,
Pence,
friends of ours
Larry
in the
Walker,
industry that mostly
Vinny
text you guys.
Castilla.
I get a few social media notes here and there, but if there's something that you have on one of the
And
players
more.
that's
They're
picked
still
that we
revealing
should
the
include, definitely let us
things.
know. You have their numbers,
so-
or you should. I'm not giving it out on here, but you have their phone numbers.
You're not
If
watching
you know these
the
guys,
celebrity.
hit 'em
You're
with a
not
text.
watching those?
And we appreciate it because somebody helps Jonathan out with that.
Ben,
last pick.
you
And
really
makes us look
should.
good, but most importantly,
You really
it lets
should.
us,
You're gonna
educate
wanna
people
see
about
that.
These players who are getting picked and makes it about them. So.
Yeah, let's get some players drafted. Let's give them love. These are players coming off mostly excellent high school seasons, college seasons. We had a nice full college season again this year where we were able to see, some really excellent players coming out of the SEC. I know we wanted a little more time to talk about the SEC player of the year too.
Kevin Kopps, we had to race through him. Fascinating guy who redshirted 1 year. Tommy John another year, so he's a 6-year college player, 24 years old, 4 months old, getting pushed again here, so we won't get the Kevin Kopps story, but best player in college baseball this season.
Will I be streaming
I
day
think I got
3?
enough. I
No.
understand. Special
I won't
kid.
be.
Here's the Orioles.
Tomorrow. I don't have time. Sorry.
The Baltimore Orioles select Dante Williams, an outfielder from the
Dante
University of
Williams going
Arizona.
to the
Arizona Diamondbacks have the next selection.
Orioles. Tomorrow I won't be streaming. However, I will be making
little sneaky
a
pop,
huge
even though he's
recap
got
video where I go
172,
over
these
every
The pop started
team
showing up this year
and
a little
all
bit
of
more
their
kind
draft
a
picks
college
and just
performer.
give
He
them
always is hit, makes
like
good
my
contact,
overall
good
rankings
approach,
from
good instincts
A+
in the outfield
to
play all those
F.
spots. Maybe profiles as a fourth
Okay,
outfielder when
so
all said and done, but
I
those
hope that'll
instincts plus the
help.
hit tool that he has makes
Oh,
a good
Larry
pitcher.
Walker.
Let's send it to the
Wait,
Arizona
hold up. Does Larry
Diamondbacks
Walker
draft
still have
room for their
COVID
selection in
or
round number
because
4.
I thought Larry Walker COVID.
The Arizona Diamondbacks select Chad Patrick, a right-handed pitcher from Purdue University Northwest. The Kansas City Royals have the next selection.
Kansas City Royals
That's a deep,
have the next selection, but
D2
Chad
school
Patrick
where
has
he really
been
shined and also had a
selected by the
breakout
Arizona
summer in the
Diamondbacks.
Northwoods League
So
before
Todd
opening up this season.
Helton will replace Larry
You
Walker.
like to see that. I believe he's the first
Yeah.
player ever drafted out of Purdue Northwest, which used to be Purdue Calumet. Really good arms.
Guys,
School guy, but 91, 95, up to
Who are you
97, and
most
53
hyped
up in
about
strike
in
zone.
your favorite
They're all pretty good
organizations so
secondary pitches.
far?
Scouts I talked to liked him. They think the best one is
Personally,
slider.
I'm most
He's also
hyped
got a little
about
curveball,
Marcelo
maybe
Meyer
his
and Judd
changeup with
Fabian,
some fade and sink.
but I
And he
think
throws
Elmer
strikes, so
Rodriguez
not a
Cruz
big
and
name
Tyler
school,
McDonough
but
have
all kinds
some
of stuff here to be a star.
they have potential,
Chad Patrick to the Diamondbacks. Who's going to the Royals?
quite obviously.
The Kansas
Shane
City Royals
Pizzini goes
select
to the
Shane
Royals.
Panzini, a right-handed pitcher from
Yeah, Shane
Redlands
Panzini
Catholic
to the
High School.
Royals.
The
Hunter
Colorado Rockies have
Goodman
the
to
next
the
selection.
Rockies.
Jersey guy. That's your territory, Jonathan.
Yeah, it's a good year for New Jersey. Chase Petty, Anthony Solometo. This is a guy with a lot of arm strength, plus curveball up to 95 with the fastball.
We're in
You're
Denver,
hyped for
Colorado.
Doug?
We have the Rockies
Hey,
taking
Chase
down the
Petty. Dawson Mariner, welcome to the stream. Dawson
Colorado
Mariner.
Rockies select Hunter Goodman, a catcher from the University of Memphis.
What round are we in?
Los Angeles
Hermania,
Angels
we
have
are
the
in
next
round 4 of 20. There
What do
are
you think about Hunter
9
Goodman?
rounds today, so
You know, he's
last
a
night was
factor here. You know, the
there are
ball is
9 main
what you're
rounds
buying
today.
here. He's always been everywhere he's gone.
So
Like the Cape Cod
we started
Blues,
in round
but
2.
he liked
We're
to
ending in
know
round
those
10,
guys.
okay?
School record, 21 homers this spring at
And
Memphis. fourth
if you
in
notice,
NCAA
they're
Division I.
doing the
He's
picks
got
like
an aggressive
insane.
approach,
They're
did a
speeding
better
the
job
picks
with
up.
walks this year.
You know?
Played mostly outfield as a freshman. Little shaky as a receiver behind the plate. He's got some arm strength. So it'll be interesting to see what the Rockies do with him
You
here, 'cause
overslept,
that is the big
Cookie
ticket here.
Clips.
Do you keep him behind the
78.
plate and put a lot of
The
combinations to
Rockies
polish him up,
chose.
which, you know, if he becomes a ready catcher, takes a toll on his bat, or you just go all
Yeah,
in on
they
the bat
chose.
and put him in the outfield. And Jonathan's probably rolling his eyes off camera here. I
They
say this
chose
every
Benny
time about the
Montgomery in the
offensive-minded
first
catchers, you know
round.
I do.
They
and
chose
I'm usually
Jaden
like,
Hill
let's
in
let
the
him
second
hit more.
round.
But we'll see what the
In
Rockies do.
I don't
CB,
like the
in
accusation at all.
competitive balance round B,
He's a friendly guy.
they chose Joe Rock.
The Los Angeles Angels select
Angels select Luke Murphy.
a right-handed
4th
pitcher
round,
from Vanderbilt
Rockies selected
University.
Hunter
The New York Mets have the
Goodman.
next selection.
And round 3,
A rare
the
third-year
Rockies selected
freshman,
McCade
and
Brown.
he is
So
the
hope
Angels'
that helps,
5-second pick.
Cookie Clips.
Former Tommy John guy, 93, 96, 1999.
Hunter Goodman.
Power
Rockies have a
curveball
TV
reliever. That's what I got
announcer
for you.
You're
named
getting good at
Drew
this.
Goodman. Rangers did pick. Rangers did pick this round.
The New York Mets select J.T. Schwartz, a first baseman from UCLA. The Washington Nationals
Jerry
have the next
Pfeiffer.
selection.
Your team just picked JT Schwartz.
Walk to strikeout rate. 35 walks to 22 strikeouts. The Mets love the advanced bats.
Yeah, he can really,
And yeah,
really
I'm pretty
hit.
sure.
He's
I'm not
always
sure, but
hit.
I'm pretty
He's
sure
always
Hunter
had that
Goodman
approach. More
might
extra base
be,
authority this year. That's always been the biggest question. because
related
he's
to
he's
Drew
big and
Goodman.
strong,
I'm not sure,
He's a
though.
first baseman, but his approach has always been line drives to all fields. He's going to to that power to really put it first, but clearly the Mets think they have it.
In the NL East, here's the Washington Nationals pick in round 4.
The Washington Nationals select Dustin Signs, a left-handed pitcher from Texas A&M
Dustin
University.
Signs going to the
Seattle Mariners
Nationals.
have the next pick.
Ian
Okay,
Mahler,
Dustin Signs for the Nationals, another arm.
catcher, Hermania.
Yeah, you know, left-handed pitcher. His money pitch is a slider. It's a low 80s pitch. It's got really good metrics, some of the best slider metrics in the entire draft. Works against both lefties and righties. 90-93, topped out at 95 with the fastball. Has pitched in a variety of roles at A&M. Not the biggest guy in the world, so maybe a reliever long term.
Hunter Goodman is not
Full-time starter
related
this
to
year for
Drew
the first
Goodman.
time after 3 years as a swingman. Mariners are up.
All
Seattle
right,
Mariners select
and
Bryce
Olaf
Miller, a
Purple
right-handed pitcher
is
from
able
Texas
to
A&M University.
confirm that too.
The Philadelphia Phillies have the next pick.
Seattle Mariners select Bryce Miller.
Well, his third career.
When I heard
start
Dustin
out.
Signs though with the
15
Nationals, I
games,
thought
7
Dustin
innings.
Pedroia.
Yeah, we'll go back-to-back A&M pitchers
some
here.
reason.
The Aggies are cheering back in College Station. You know, he's a guy who's pitched in a variety of roles for Texas A&M too. Reliever in the past, starter now, and the nice thing is he kept his velocity. 92, 96 as a starter. He touches 98. He's got 3 effective secondary pitches. I think he goes forward as a starter.
Congrats to the Aggies. 2 in a row. That's awesome.
No problem, man.
The Philadelphia Phillies select Micah Ottenbright, a right-handed
Oh,
pitcher
wait,
from
hold up.
Trenton High School. The San Francisco Giants have the next selection.
Phillies select Micah Ottenbright, a pitcher.
175, just turned 18 in May. That's
We've seen
respectable
more
range,
pitchers
too.
get
Yeah,
selected
exactly.
than
Yeah,
any
it's
other
interesting 'cause I thought
position.
He might be a guy who wouldn't get drafted high enough to not go to Michigan State, but as we've said repeatedly, if you're getting picked today, you're probably signing, because the last time we had a 10-round draft, or we went 10 rounds, only 2 of the top 10-round guys didn't sign. You know, on Bright, he's got 3 average to plus pitches. He's your classic
Yeah,
respectable
apparent.
6'4".
Yeah.
Listed here at 190.
Dude, anyone who
yeah,
gets
this is a guy
selected in
who's
this year's
developed over
draft
years.
better
He's
sign,
just
because
doing
last
something.
year,
And here's the
everyone
San Francisco
signed.
Giants in
Okay.
round 4.
The San Francisco Giants select Eric Silva, a right-handed pitcher
Who?
from J.
Eric
J.
Silva
High
to
School.
the Giants?
The Milwaukee
pitcher?
Brewers have the next selection.
Okay.
13 D1 recruits.
I heard that last name and I
He
was just
playing amidst
I heard the last name, but like the guy kind
Yeah,
of
I mean, that
mumbled it, and I was like, okay, well, we're not saying that on camera.
But there's some good arm strength.
Not saying that on the
Biggest guy in
stream.
the world. These reports of
All
him
these
touching
names are
a ball at
families.
97,
Yeah, but
90 to 95.
when the guy said
Kobe
Silva,
Bryant is probably better as a
I may have
flyer,
heard a different
but
name,
he can
and
kinda
I
add and
wa-
subtract to it.
and I was like,
that's
okay,
good
we
for
are
the way he
not.
shoots. Also,
We
he'll need to
we are
be
not,
trained
and
to
I
go
didn't
off
know
the
it was
man,
Silva, so I
obviously
just
in
like
high school,
quickly checked to
even in
make
that
sure.
competition, he can get away with blowing guys away.
Er,
But
like,
he's athletic on the mound, so that
just
I
to, like,
think
see if
most
it
people think
was.
he has a chance to start.
That high school has
No, it wasn't the name I thought.
That's got to be up there among the most in the country.
Yeah,
No?
some of those, especially in Southern California, some of those teams are crazy because there are guys who don't. I remember at NHSI, there are these guys who don't even play, and they're already committed to a D1 school because of what they do over the summer for travel ball and things like that. Really deep rosters in California.
Yeah, if you watch a practice, Jim Callis, you're probably like, wait, this is a high school practice?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of guys watching those practices.
Yeah,
Definitely.
exactly. Their practices are probably pretty busy. A good crowd of scouts. So good to be part of a high school program like that when you're facing tough competition on a daily basis. It's not just you standing out and
Yeah, I
hitting
think we all
600
know.
against everyone.
No, definitely. You know, it's interesting. I think the Giants, it's 4 picks, I believe all pitchers so far. Took Will Bednar yesterday, the College World Series Most Outstanding Player. Brother David Bednar. Got Matt Mikulski today, a guy we thought was going to go on the first day, great value in the second round. Mason Black, who is Jonathan pointed
What are y'all
out,
thinking about the
consistent,
Sox
but big time
picks?
That could be a value. And now
You
there's
know,
Eric
Meyer,
Silva here
Fabian,
in the fourth
McDonough,
round.
and
So the Giants
Rodriguez
really stocking
Cruz.
up on pitching.
Giants are having a good year with the big league club. Looks like they'll have money to spend in the future in the offseason too, and now putting together a pitching-heavy draft here in 2021.
God, I love this stream.
Brewers are up next. It's pick number 116.
Brewers select
2021
Logan
draft.
Henderson, a pitcher.
The Milwaukee Brewers select Logan Henderson, a right-handed pitcher from McLennan Community College.
Celebrity
Houston Astros
softball
at the
game.
next selection.
Logan Henderson's really
The,
fascinating. He was
celebrity
MVP at the
softball
Junior
game, though,
College World
tonight-
Series as McLennan won the national title.
I can
Struck out
already tell you
31
because I'm
starts,
pretty
led all
sure,
national JUCO
because
pitchers
that
in
lineup I
strikeouts
got
and innings.
wasn't the full
Second
lineup.
whiff rate, third
Apparently,
ERA, and
DeBaby's
his out pitch
playing.
against He's not a real big guy, 5'11".
Do y'all know who
His out
DeBaby
pitch plus
is?
changeup, low 80s, tumble.
Pitcher,
with the
pitcher,
fade.
pitcher, and pitcher.
Fastball's 88 to 92 for much of the spring. He was throwing hard at the College World Series, and even at lower velocities, guys just don't hit it. It's got high spin rates, a lot of arm side run, carry up in the strike zone. He spits a mid-70s curveball.
Yeah,
It's got better
DeBaby's
shape,
playing in the
more
celebrity
power,
softball
and
game, so
recruit. Brewers like to draft JUCO pitchers. I should
you already know
really
he's gonna
fascinating guys. Really fascinating.
strike.
Was he on your mock for round
You already
four?
know
Oh,
he's
wait,
gonna
he's
strike
not.
JoJo Siwa out,
Let's go to
especially
the
after that beatbox freestyle.
The Houston Astros select Alex Ulloa, a shortstop from.
Oh my gosh, I was hoping this wouldn't happen, but the Astros selected Alex Aloha.
He's a kind of player who, like, you like him the more you see him. High energy, went to all the events. One of the better hitters and one of the youngest players in the draft league this summer.
After the Astros,
Alex
we have the
Aloha,
Marlins.
man. Like, I can't believe it.
The Miami Marlins select Tanner Allen.
Yep,
an
Marlins
outfielder
select
from
Tanner
Mississippi State.
Allen.
The Cincinnati Reds have the next pick.
We talked about Kevin Kopps before as being kind of the top discount pitcher. This guy's your top discount hitter, I think. He led Mississippi State to the College World Series title, been drafted twice before. Always known for his hitting ability from the left side of the plate. During the pandemic layoff, he got stronger, he got quicker, he was hitting the ball with more authority. He was kind of a fringy runner and athlete in the past, and he's really improved in both facets of the game. So this is a guy which, you know, the Marlins went big early, get talent here, but also get a discount to pay for some of those guys.
Best batting average in the SEC this year for Tanner Allen.
The Cincinnati Reds select Ruben Ibarra Robinson, a first baseman from San Jose State University. The St. Louis Cardinals have the next selection.
I think he would be bigger than anyone else in the home run derby tonight. 6'5", 290. Of course, he's got power.
Yeah, light tower, power. I had a scout say they.
Would you look at that? We are starting to see
Like an
people
offensive
other than
tackle.
pitchers.
That sounds
LOL.
about right.
Ruben Ibarra going to the
light tower,
Reds.
power with a good approach, so he gets to that power a decent amount. Nice little tidbit here. His uncles are steer wrestlers.
Wow.
No way.
Yeah, not his first rodeo.
Not his. There it is. We've been waiting for that. Took us 3 hours. We're at that
Zane
point
Mills
in the
going to
draft.
the Cardinals.
Pick number 120. Let's do it.
The St. Louis Cardinals select Zane Mills, a right-handed pitcher from Washington State University. The Toronto Blue Jays have the next pick.
Yeah, and Zane Mills is 6'4", 220, coming off just a fantastic Northwoods League season last summer. 3-0 and 0.58 ERA. I'm sure if St. Louis Cardinals had scouts out there, they said, let's put him on the board.
Yeah, it's always good to see these guys pitch well in those summer leagues. And he was a little more up and down during the spring, but he's got good size. He's got a good 3-pitch mix, kind of low 90s with the slider. So it's more feel for pitching than anything else with really good command.
And he was a starter this year at Washington State. Here's the Blue Jays.
The Toronto Blue Jays select Chad Dallas, a right-handed pitcher from the University of Tennessee. The New York Yankees have the next selection.
Chad Dallas, Tennessee, helped pitch him to the College World Series by striking out 12 against LSU in the Super Regionals. Just a really good competitor. When the Volunteers recruited him out of Panola, Texas Junior College, they thought he was going to be a reliever. He pushed his way in the rotation. He's added a cutter this year, mid-80s cutter, that's really made a difference for him. Sits at 90-94, touches 98 with the fastball, gets a little bit straight at those upper velocities, has some depth on a curveball. You know, he doesn't have the ideal build at 5'11", 206 for a starter. But, man, he pounds the strike zone. He competes so hard. I would not bet against this guy being a starter. He's going to tell you, he's going to make sure he's a starter.
He's going to look at Marcus Stroman, right? That's the guy that sets the tone in the major leagues. That cutter made a huge difference for him this year.
Where am I getting my audio from? MLB.com.
The New York Yankees select Cooper Bowman, a second baseman from the University
Cooper
of
Bowman
Louisville.
for the
Chicago
Yankees.
Cubs have the next pick.
Same high school as 12-year MLB veteran Mark Ellis. Any similarities there?
Yeah, I think you look at Cooper Bowman, you see a multi-dimensional second baseman. He's got a good feel for hitting, gets on base, he's got some raw power, he can run a little bit. So yeah, I could see some Mark Ellis in him, Scott.
The Cubs have the next pick.
The Chicago Cubs select Christian Franklin, an
Christian
outfielder from
Franklin
the
going to the
University of
Cubs,
Arkansas.
guys.
The Chicago White Sox have the next pick.
He had a pretty good guy to learn from his freshman season.
Also, there's no problem with someone being 5'11", okay? No problem with
I know that
someone being 5'11".
But in any case, he's got more upside than a lot of the college guys in this draft.
Bowman, the baseball card bat.
20 potential Scots. There's another guy for your future fantasy teams to keep an eye on. A lot of bat speed and strength. You can look there. There's some nice launch to that swing. Yeah, I think he can play center. I think he sticks in center. He's got some arm strength too. You know, the question is, there's some swing and miss. If he hits consistently, this is a steal in the fourth round.
He exposed my softball question, Jonathan. I just want to give Jim Callis some love. The excellent scouting reports from my friends John and Jim today.
The Chicago White Sox select Brooks Goswine, a left-handed pitcher
Brooks
from Bradley
Goswine.
University. The
Going to
Cleveland
the
Indians
White Sox,
have the next
apparently.
selection.
Southpaw on the mound for the White Sox.
This guy, scouts are trying to figure out all spring, Scott. First start of the year, he's up to 96. He shows a solid slider, and everybody's thinking this guy could be a top 2-round pick. And then he struggled, got shelled for a while, took some time off, came back and pitched well. So he's really inconsistent, but there's something to work with here. You've seen him up to 96. You've seen the solid slider. He's a lefty, strong frame. So, you know, this is one the player development staff, I think, likes to get their hands on. They know there's some raw material there. Let's get some more consistency out of it.
Wonder if the Sox are going to get pitcher,
Probably more than ever,
Poggers.
right? Staffs keep growing, and there's more to do with pitch labs and data and analysis to be able to look at a guy and say, okay, I see something. And then if it does pan out, it's a huge win for the entire system. Can really kind of not revitalize, but really just be a big boost to what you can put together from a development side.
Well, and the organizations that do it the best, Scott, are the ones that they work in tandem, right? So the player development staff trust the scouts to give them good players, and the scouts trust that, wait, we see something, you know, one pitch or one outing from this lefty, and we know that our player development staff is going to maximize what we're handing them. Does it always work out?
Let's go
Obviously not.
Cleveland.
Baseball's hard, but the teams that really have the most success have that hybrid approach where the two departments really work hand in hand.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll follow this career and see how the White Sox do with the development of their young left-hander. 124 picks down and 125. The Cleveland Indians are on the clock, and they're ready.
Ryan Webb, a pitcher.
The Cleveland Indians select Ryan Webb, a left-handed pitcher from the University of Georgia. The Atlanta Braves have the next selection.
Could be a value pick here for the Indians with Ryan Webb from Georgia. I thought he was pitching his way into the second round earlier in the year. He
1
went up
minute,
against
guys.
Jack Leiter, matched him strikeout for strikeout, 13 Ks against Vanderbilt in early April. Then his elbow gave out. He had Tommy John surgery, which is why he dropped a little bit. But you can watch here. I mean, he's got a nice array of pitches. You know, he's got a 99 3-mile fastball up to 95. He's been in multiple roles as a starter this year. He showed he could hold that velocity. You know, I think his best pitches are probably the breaking balls. He's got an upper 70s curveball with depth that he uses against lefties and righties. He's got a harder slider that he added a couple years ago. He's got some feel for a changeup. Obviously, he's going to miss some time with Tommy John, but it's a 4-pitch lefty. You know, the question is, there were durability questions about him even before the Tommy John. But hey, if he can't make it as a starter, his stuff's going to pick up, and he's got good breaking balls, so he'd be a nice reliever too.
Wait, where does he go to school, Jim?
Yeah, where?
University of Georgia, you guys?
Penn.
Oh, University of Miami, the U, baby. Friday night starter for Georgia, Ryan Webb. Congrats. He goes to the Cleveland Indians.
The Atlanta Braves select Calvin Conley, a shortstop from Texas Tech. The Oakland Athletics have the next pick.
It's a soft spot for me because Conley actually originally was committed to the U and then transferred to Texas Tech after one semester. But you know what? It worked out for him. Picked at 126.
Yeah, I was going to go there if you didn't. But yeah, no, he really impressed guys this year. He hadn't played a lot before this year, and but he's been shortstop for 2 years. Last year was a shortened season. But this year he came out. He's a switch hitter. I think he's got a more polished swing as a left-hander. He's productive right-handed as well. He's a hit-over-power guy, but he can drive the ball. He had an upper deck home run at Minute Maid Park. Solid speed, high-energy player, average arm.
Sorry,
So maybe
guys,
not a shortstop
Cal
full-time,
Conley
but definitely fits the utility
to
profile or
Atlanta.
second base, maybe as a starter.
Let's see what the Oakland A's have.
The Oakland Athletics select Denzel Clark, an outfielder from
Denzel
Cal State
Clark?
Northridge. The Minnesota Twins have the next pick.
Clark is a really intriguing guy because he's upside, raw tools, but he's in college, played for the Canadian under-18 team. That athleticism comes from his mom, who was a heptathlete in 1984. Speed works on both sides of the ball. He can play center. Maybe he moves to a corner, but most people think he can. Also, Josh and Bo Naylor, cousins. So there's a lot of bloodlines here for Denzel Clark. Really intriguing guy with all the tools.
That family has some serious baseball ability. We have seen Josh Naylor, yes, in the big leagues, and Bo, we have watched in high school home run derby too. Denzel Clark is the name, 6'5", 225 pounds, selected by the Oakland A's. We're moving on. Here's the Twins pick.
Twins are gonna pick
The Minnesota
Chris.
Twins select Christian Encarnacion Strand, a
Christian
third baseman from
Encarnacion
Oklahoma
Strand.
State University. The San Diego Padres have
Just
the next
says
pick.
Chris on here, so I'm confused.
Part of the last name reminds me of Edwin Encarnacion. Maybe he'll carry the parrot around if he hits a home run.
Well, he hits a lot of home runs, Scott. He hit 33 in 2 seasons at Yavapai Community College, 10 last summer with the Santa Barbara Foresters, 15 this year after transferring to Oklahoma State. It's not the prettiest right-handed swing. It's kind of an unconventional load and uphill bat path. But, he does hit for power, maybe make some changes. We'll see if he can stick at third. He's got the hands, he's got the arm, maybe not the quickness.
And there's the pick for the Minnesota Twins. This is the San Diego Padres on the clock.
The San Diego Padres select Jackson Wolf, a left-handed pitcher from West Virginia University. The Tampa Bay Rays have the next pick.
Downmaster. Not.
People who have
Selected
watched day
good.
2 of the draft know we're going to get to this category. We start getting seniors who will save some money. Jackson Wolf's already graduated from West Virginia, so this is a good money saver. But there's some tools here. I mean, he's big. He throws from a weird slot. Hitters don't pick up the ball. The stuff just sort of fringy. Tops out at 93. He's got a mid-70s slider. He's got a low 80s changeup. He throws all of them for strikes. Maybe he's a back-end starter. Maybe you put him in the bullpen where the stuff ticks up. But that lefty angle is tough to pick up.
Yeah, lefty at 6'7", taken by the Padres.
The Tampa Bay Rays select Drew Baker,
Yeah,
an
Drew Baker
outfielder
going
from
to
Texas
Tampa
Tech
Bay.
University. The Dodgers have the next pick.
If you followed Texas Tech's magical ride in 2019, you probably know Drew Baker.
Yeah, Drew Baker was our second Texas Tech pick in a couple. We just had Cal Conley go as well. Yeah, I think his best tool, I think everybody would tell you, it's speed. Gets plus grades from some evaluators. He's got a quick hands, compact swing, definitely hit over power guy. Yeah, maybe 10 to 12 home runs at the pro level. He's played center field, also some second base experience too.
Okay, versatile player from Texas Tech.
The Los Angeles Dodgers select Nicholas Mastrini, a right-handed pitcher from UCLA.
Nicholas Mastrini.
The Houston
Okay,
Astros have
John-
the next pick.
What?
I was waiting for that. Round 4, the Dodgers, a 21-year-old
Nick
out of
Mystery.
UCLA, and what's his story?
Yeah, this was a guy we really liked in the fall. Looked like a guy who was going to be a mainstay in that UCLA rotation, and just completely lost the strike zone and feel. Good size, good pure stuff. If they can help him find his stuff, and the Dodgers are very good at that, this could be a steal.
This is the Astros pick for losing George Springer in the offseason.
The Houston Astros select Chase McDermott, a right-handed pitcher from Ball State University.
Ball
The
State
Pittsburgh Pirates
University.
have the next pick.
Going. Chase McDermott.
Yeah, Chase McDermott, the Ball State's becoming a pitching factory, guys. They had a first rounder in 2019 with Dre Jamison to Diamondbacks. Second rounder Kyle Nicholas with Marlins last year. Up to the 98 with a fastball. Got some hard breaking stuff. Has a brother, Sean, with the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh,
NBA.
yeah. Very cool. Little basketball drop.
With the first pick of the 5th round, the Pittsburgh Pirates select Jackson Glenn, a third baseman from Dallas Baptist University. The Texas Rangers have the next pick.
366, 21 home run season with Dallas Baptist. And yes, we are in round 5 with the Pirates picking first.
Yeah, we are. Glenn was one of the better senior signs. You can see he's 23 years old, had a big postseason for Dallas Baptist. Just one of those guys who produces, got a little bit more athletic this year. It helped with his bat speed. He got more productive, and it improved his defensive versatility. He could play second base, has a chance to stay up the middle. So you're getting a really good college performer here. Pirates have gone really
Jackson
aggressive
Glenn going there.
with the draft. We saw how they've started off
Let's
the day.
see who
with
the
a bunch
Sox
of
take
picks.
in the 5th
You need to
round.
save a little bit of money. You get Jackson Glenn here to take a
Guys,
discount, but you also
who's
get a good
available?
player.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the early senior signs will be those guys that you save money on, like Jackson Wolf and like Jackson Glenn, only guys named Jackson, who have some skills that should translate. Just because we're talking about money-saving senior signs doesn't mean that these guys don't have a chance to succeed at the next level. Some of these guys will end up in the big leagues.
It just more has to do with where they're at, right? Seniors.
And I was going to say, because COVID pushing everybody back, I think there's more good, interesting older players this year.
The Texas Rangers select Mitch Bratt, a left-handed pitcher
Mitch
from
Bratt,
Georgia
selected
Premier
by the
Academy.
Texas Rangers. So,
The Detroit
Hermania,
Tigers
how do you
have the
feel
next
about that one?
selection.
Yeah, Mitch Bratt, he's a Canadian kid who Jonathan was talking about, Calvin Ziegler earlier, came south to pitch in Georgia high school-wise. Also went to the MLB Draft League. He was one of the better prospects in the MLB Draft League. We're super projectable. You can see here, he's going to get a lot bigger, 6'1", 195. But he's 88, 90 to 92 with good command and carry on the fastball and promising feel for spin. Competes well. Did fine against older players in the draft league.
Yeah, high floor guy. He was great in the draft league.
The Detroit Tigers select Tanner Kolop, a right-handed pitcher
Detroit
from Notre Dame.
Tigers select Tanner
The Boston Red
Kolop.
Sox have the next pick.
He bounced around a bit in college, but found a home this year.
Yeah, began his college career at Tennessee, wound up at Iowa Western, now with the Fighting Irish, helped him reach the Super Regionals for the first time in 19 years. I really like this guy. I think he's he was a multi-inning. They used him as like a
See who the
troubleshooter out of the
Sox
bullpen. Whenever we need
take.
Tanner Kolep, we're bringing him in. But I think this guy could start 92, 96, up to 99 with run and sink. He just destroys right-handers with his slider. It's a low 80s slider. He can back-foot it against lefties. He can make an upper 80s cutter. He's got a mid-80s changeup. He's improved his control this year, so I see 3 pitches. I see strikes. I see a good body. I think this guy's a starter at the next level.
I usually use the term super reliever, relief ace, troubleshooter. I like that.
I coined that. This is how old I am. I used that with Darren Dreifert back in 1993 at Wichita State was where I came up with troubleshooter.
Let's bring it back. I'm going to use that when I'm calling
Trademark
the game.
that.
Maybe tomorrow with the All-Star game. Let's go to the Red Sox.
The Boston Red Sox select Nathan Hickey, a catcher from the
Nathan
University
Hickey.
of Florida.
Catcher.
The Baltimore Orioles have the next pick.
And this is a great college bat, Jonathan.
Yeah, it kind of turned himself into one of the better bats in all of Florida. Left-handed hitting catchers are always exciting, and they always get compared to Kyle Schwarber, especially when it's unclear whether or not they can stay behind the plate. Not that many scouts think he can, but he really changed his body. He's much more athletic. And that should allow him to run around and play left field if they want to move him out and let him hit.
Yeah, and cut down his K rate significantly recently in college, too.
The Baltimore Orioles select Carlos Tavera, a right-handed
Carlos
pitcher
Tavera
from the
going
University
to
of
the
Texas
Orioles.
Arlington. The Arizona Diamondbacks have the next pick.
Jim Callis, give us the goods.
Yeah, this is another senior sign type. He's almost 23 years old, but he's this guy just knows how to pitch. He had 117 strikeouts this year at UTA. I think the slider's probably the best pitch. Low 90s fastball's kind of average. He mixes in a changeup. He just has a really simple delivery. He repeats it well. He throws strikes. You're getting a guy who can perform here.
This is senior signing, right?
Yeah, almost 23 years old.
Okay. And part of a combined no-hitter earlier this year as well. Up next, the Arizona Diamondbacks were in round number 5, pick 138. Thanks for joining us here all day long on MLB.com. I'm Scott Braun. Jim Callis, Jonathan Mayo, and we're just about halfway through our day.
Caleb
We'll go
Roberts,
round 6
Diamondbacks.
through 10 after a short break. So we'll keep
catcher.
rolling with round 5 and then stick around. That's your lunch break and ours too. Okay, perfect. Let's go to the Diamondbacks pick.
The Arizona Diamondbacks select Caleb Roberts, a catcher from the University of North Carolina. The Kansas City Royals have the next pick.
Hey, Jim, this fits right into your – I'm a catcher. You know what? I'm going to move to right field as a freshman.
Well, yeah, and it's interesting because he played mostly outfield at North Carolina. They just announced him as a catcher.
Yeah.
And I had scouts telling me that he was intriguing. They thought he was going to go pretty good in the draft because he had a chance to move back behind the plate. He caught in the fall as a freshman year. And, you know, the guys like the bat. You know, he's got consistent at-bats. He's got some power. You know, he's a left-handed hitter. He handles lefties well. Good strike zone awareness. Athletic kid. So I think this guy, you make him into a catcher. If that doesn't work out, there's still enough offensive potential there for the outfield.
Yeah, he had a power burst his second 2 years in college.
The Kansas City Royals select Eric Sarantola, a right-handed
Eric
pitcher from
Sarantola going
Mississippi
to the
State.
Royals.
The Colorado Rockies have the next selection.
And coming from north of the border, 6'5", 225, and then played college in the States.
Tough guy to figure out. Up to 100 miles an hour with the fastball, crazy spin rates on the curve. Pitched his way out of the Mississippi State mix this year and was not on their College World Series roster. Great upside, though.
The Colorado Rockies select Evan Justice, a left-handed pitcher from
Evan
NC State.
Justice.
The Los Angeles Angels have the next pick.
Evan Justice, originally from Virginia, and this year at NC State, 24 appearances, just 4 starts, a 3.77 ERA.
Yeah, and he reliever, big part of that North Carolina State team that made the run to the semifinals of the College World Series. And you can see on their best pitch, 95, 98 mile-an-hour fastball. I think he's a reliever at the next level, but, I mean, there aren't too many lefties with that kind of velocity.
Lefty, 98?
It doesn't sit there, but, yeah, he can hit you 98, Scott.
Yeah. That
You want him
sounds
for your fantasy team? Or
I
are
will
you
take
taking
him.
notes down?
Well, I don't know.
If he's a closer, get you some saves.
Or if we put holds in our league or something like that.
There you
right?
go.
But, hey, that's very valuable. Evan Justice, the southpaw out of NC State. Pick number 141 belongs to the Angels.
Who do y'all want?
The Los Angeles Angels select Brett Carey, a right-handed pitcher
Brett
from the University
Carey.
of South Carolina. The New York Mets have the next pick.
Hey, this is a great college season player.
Yeah, but Brett Carey's a guy who kind of came on this year. Fastball velocity picked up, got up to 95, 96. Good metrics on the heater. Throws 3 secondary pitches for strikes. Chance to be a starter at the next level.
Strikeout to walk ratio was elite this year.
That's sicking
The New York
Christian
Mets
Scott.
select Christian Scott, a right-handed pitcher from the University of Florida. The Washington Nationals have the next pick.
Seeing some relief arms from college taken in this round.
Yeah, we're getting into some arm strength out of the bullpen. He touched 98. It's regularly up to 95. It's got a lot of movement. He's got a mid-80s slider that he leans on a lot. So it's fastball slider in short spurts out of the bullpen.
Career best walk rate was really low this year.
The Washington Nationals select T.J. White, an outfielder from Dorman High
TJ
School.
Watt going
The
to
Seattle
the
Mariners have the
Nationals.
next pick.
All right, here's T.J. White in round number 5 to the Nationals at pick number 143 out of South Carolina.
Yeah, a little bit of a sleeper high school pick. He wasn't a big-name prospect, but area scouts were aware of who he was. The power is what you're buying here. He's a switch hitter. He's got legitimate raw pop from both sides of the plate. Is he an outfielder? Is he a first baseman? We'll figure that out. But he was drafted for the pop.
Andy
Let's go to the Mariners
Thomas
pick in round 5.
for the Mariners.
The Seattle Mariners select Andy Thomas, a catcher from Baylor University. The Philadelphia Phillies have the next pick.
All right. I think Cardinals
Andy Thomas
got us
taken
on
by
round
the
2.
Seattle Mariners
Yeah, they
for
did,
round
Rodney.
number 5, and as you can see,
Yeah, Rodney, welcome to the stream.
Callis hard at work, looking at their cell phones. It's not like they're not paying attention. They're texting with scouts, getting that information so we can give love to some of these players that are picked where we might not have the scouting report. So Andy Thomas, we'll talk more about him a little bit later on. Here's the Phillies pick.
The Philadelphia Phillies select Griff McGarry, a right-handed pitcher from the University of Virginia. The San Francisco Giants have the next pick.
Griff McGarry.
Electric stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
really, really good stuff. Fastball can really crank out there. It's at least plus. He'll show a plus breaking ball. He'll show a really good changeup. Misses a lot of bats. The one thing has been the struggle for him is finding the strike zone on a regular basis. And I think maybe he ends up in a bullpen. He pitched well in postseason play for Virginia, but I think you shorten him up, and then the command is not as much of an issue.
If you get the walks under control, I mean, this could be a special arm. Taken out of the University of Virginia, pitched at a big school, of course. Griff McCary is the name, and he's taken by the Philadelphia Phillies. The Giants are up at pick number 146. The 2021 MLB Draft Day 2 coverage continues now.
The San Francisco Giants select Rohan Honda, a left-handed pitcher from Yale
Rohan
University.
Honda?
The Milwaukee Brewers have the next pick.
Oh, San Francisco Giants. Okay, man, that's like
This is a really
one of the
interesting
coolest
pick
names
because
in history.
the Ivy League did not have a season, right?
Yeah.
So he was working out,
And
and
I thought
then
Judd
he
Fabian,
went and
his name was cool.
pitched in the, I think it's the New England Collegiate League. I may have
Nailed
the
it.
Summer
Yep.
League wrong.
That's what it's called.
And
You got
showed really interesting stuff. I mean, this is a lefty who was 90 to 94 with a good breaking ball. Just not a lot of track record because he didn't pitch at all this last year. But I know scouts in the area were really curious to see if he could continue what he showed in early stints. And I guess that the Giants saw enough to take a flyer on the left-handedness.
There's his stats from his last season in 2020, which of course was only 5 innings, and then the year before, of course, a 6.75. But I'm putting on my own scouting report for him. Knows how to deal with adversity, right? It's not easy to not have a college season in 2021, and then you go and pitch in the, yes, you got it right, the Northeast Collegiate Baseball League, or New England, I should say, Collegiate Baseball League, and pitch well.
There are some of these Ivy League guys who could have been legitimate day 2 guys who didn't know what to do really, and Honda was one of them, and kind of took it upon himself to go work out, I think in North Carolina, and then went up to the Summer League so he could showcase his stuff.
And congrats to him. He gets picked in round number 5 by a very good organization. Here's the Milwaukee Brewers.
Ethan Murray, Milwaukee Brewers, guys.
The Milwaukee Brewers
I think I'm
select
gonna
Ethan
end
Murray,
it
a shortstop from Duke
after
University.
this round.
The Houston Astros have the next pick.
Guys,
Okay, Jim, what are we
One
looking
thing,
at? Some
because
elite
this is
defense, perhaps?
who do I think was
I
the
don't know if I'd
steal
go
of the
elite. He
draft
might have
so
to move
far?
off the shortstop. I think he's more of a utility type. He's got a little
Oh
bit of
my
excessive
God.
power 'cause he takes an awfully big hack at the plate. Maybe he needs to cut
Weirdly
that down a
enough-
little bit, but he's got some. He does a little bit of everything, not necessarily.
I'm
anything
gonna
that's
say
plus. Doubling
Alex
back to Andy Thomas
Olava
real
was
quick,
probably
Mariners fifth
one
rounder,
of the best
fifth-year senior
steals.
catcher, left-handed bat. That's his best tool.
There you go. You doubled down for us during that little 30-second stretch.
The Houston Astros select Quincy Hamilton, an outfielder from Wright State. The Miami Marlins have the next pick.
And at Wright State, the numbers were big. 374, 15 homers in 48 games. Led his team in walks, too.
That's right, and then he's on that same team with Tyler Black, who we saw drafted on the first day. He's put up a correction. In consistent production is what I'm trying to say. In college, they got some exposure early in the season, playing some SEC teams. He's center field there, probably corner guy. Kind of average tools across the board.
Yeah, 23 years old already. Here's the Marlins pick.
The Miami Marlins select Brady Allen, an outfielder from the University of South Carolina. The
What do y'all
Cincinnati
think
Reds
about
have the
Brady
next pick.
Allen there?
I'm nostalgic right now, Jim. This was me. Bats righty, throws lefty.
Who taught you to play like that? That's backwards.
I was
Anyway,
more of a
he was a gut
basketball guy.
feel guy for a lot of area scouts. Chance to hit for some average and power. He could do a little bit of
Thomas
everything.
Farr's
He was
going
a
to
lot
the
of area
Cincinnati
scouts I know
Reds,
liked him.
guys.
That's why I'm on this desk. Brady Allen did it much better.
The Cincinnati Reds select Thomas Farr, a right-handed pitcher from the University of South Carolina. The St. Louis Cardinals have the next pick.
Thomas Farr, another Gamecock, back-to-back Gamecocks picked here. Pitched well earlier in the season, head-to-head against Ty Madden and Kumar Rocker, who were first-day picks. He's done a better job of maintaining his fastball velocity this year, 93, 95, up to 97. Kind of a high three-quarter slot with some downhill playing, although that was more up in the strike zone there. He's been searching for a breaking ball. He found a spike curve during the pandemic layoff that's really worked well for him. He's got some feel for a changeup with sink. He did not have the best delivery in junior college. He's cleaned that up a little bit, gives him a chance to be a starter going forward.
He was
All right,
fifth in the
guys, I
nation among
am
D1
going to
pitchers
end
with his
coverage
ERA, which is
after
the
this round.
1.5 range in his 82
But thank
innings
you
this year.
for joining, guys.
The St. Louis Cardinals select Gordon Graceffo, a right-handed
Gordon
pitcher
Graceffo.
from Villanova University. The Toronto Blue Jays have the next pick.
Just the second Villanova baseball product to go in the
11 more
top
picks
7
to go.
rounds since Matt Caesar. Remember him? Taken in the 5th round. He was a big leader. Graceffo really took a step forward, worked his butt off in the weight room, added some strength, was throwing harder this year, up to 95. It's got good sink. He's got a changeup that might be plus eventually. Gets a lot of ground ball outs. An average slider also. He can add and subtract to it, so it has more of a curve feel. So the uptick in velocity gives him maybe a chance to start. And he has become a better strike thrower as he's thrown harder, missing more bats. This guy is plus makeup, great work ethic, really standard Cardinals college arm pick right here.
Yeah, good job by the Cardinals organization with their 5th round pick. The Blue Jays are up next in round 5.
The Toronto Blue Jays select Irv Carter, a right-handed pitcher from
Irv
Calvary
Carter?
Christian Academy.
All right, guys.
The New York Yankees have the next pick.
I mean, pitching with Andrew Painter in a rotation, is that okay? Is that fair?
It really is not fair. He's the number 2 starter, but Scott's got to hang out there for a couple of days. If they wanted to see him in back-to-back starts, 6'4", he's projectable up to 94. Mid-90s is probably at least feasible consistently. He's got a really good slider. There is some feel for a changeup. Can be a little too firm. He doesn't use it much. He gets a little too cute with his delivery. He'll do some Johnny Cueto-like stuff, but he tends to be around the plate and has decent control.
All right, Tyler
The comp that
Hardman,
people give is
Yankees.
Tuki
Let's go.
Toussaint, who took a little while to figure it all out.
And we saw him at the Dream Series there. Great footage.
All right,
from one of the
guys.
development programs that MLB has.
We are only a
The New York
few picks
Yankees
away.
select Tyler Hardman.
We're only a few picks away
first
from the
baseman
end of the
University
stream.
Of Oklahoma. The Chicago Cubs have the next pick.
Yeah, there.
Tyler Hardman, your
So
Big
just
12
get
batting
your
champion this year,
last
hit
comments in
397.
now,
He's like
okay?
a lot of players. We've mentioned a couple today.
Everyone
Used
get
his
your
pandemic
get your
downtime to
comments
get
in
better
now.
shape, came out with a better year, lost 20 pounds, had a better year. Guys really like the pure hitting ability here. He sees the ball well at the plate. He hits on high speed, high velocity, hits off speed pitches, draws walks, has some power and strength. We'll see where he plays defensively, but there's some offensive upside here.
Yeah, big time improvement too from his freshman season. He really developed and grew at school.
The Chicago Cubs select Liam Spence, a shortstop from the University of Tennessee. The Chicago White Sox have the next pick.
This might be our first Australian today, guys. And he's got a brother.
Wait, hold
Josh,
up. He's
who's in the big
Australian?
leagues. Won the JUCO World Series at Central Arizona Community College. Went to the College World Series.
Guys,
in Tennessee this year. Led the SEC
1
in on-base
minute.
percentage, 5th in NCAA Division
Yo,
I with
DM me
54 walks.
on.
Patient contact
All right,
oriented
1
hitter,
minute.
plus speed, makes routine plays at shortstop.
Liam Hendricks is a nice guy. I'm sure he's shooting him a text today.
All right, DM me
Chicago
on
White
Twitter
Sox
at
select
Team Minor
Aaron
Gaming
McDougal,
1
a right-handed pitcher
if
from Colorado
Brody
High School. The Cleveland Indians
if
have the
that
next pick.
Brody kid gets picked. I forget his
Interesting
last
pick
name.
here in the 5th round, committed to the University of Oregon. I'm curious about the signability, but he will get signed again since he went here. His dad, Mike, played 6 seasons of minor league ball. Good high school program there at Silverado. Good stuff, throws hard, needs to work on his command.
Cleveland's up.
The Cleveland Indians select Tanner Bybee, a
Bybee.
right-handed pitcher from Cal
So
State
it's
Fullerton.
Tanner
The Atlanta Braves
McDougall
have
and
the next
Tanner
pick.
Bybee. All of the players in Tanner,
Cape Cod dropped. Solid season there.
apparently.
After working through some
Everyone named
mechanical
Tanner is the
issues.
pitcher.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, in Cal State Fullerton has been known for churning out guys who really know how to pitch and not walk a lot of guys. Thomas Eshelman, Connor Siebold, he's kind of in that vein as well. A good 3-pitch mix, average stuff, low 90s, but he uses a 2 and 4 seam fastball. He mixes his pitch as well. 2 breaking balls and a changeup, so we're talking 4 pitches, and he commands all of them really well.
Yeah, 2 seasons.
Luke Waddle
as a
going
Friday
to the
night starter at
Braves.
school.
The Atlanta Braves select Luke Waddell, a shortstop from Georgia Tech. The Oakland Athletics have the next pick.
And he was draft eligible for each of the past 3 seasons. This is his year.
Well, yeah, he's coming out now. He's an older guy now, but he's 32nd round pick of the Diamondbacks in 2019. Could have gone last year if he'd made himself signable. His forte is contact hitting at the plate. He had nearly twice as many walks and strikeouts this year. He's added some strength this year. He's still a hit over power guy. solid speed, has a strong arm. Again, feel like I've mentioned this a bunch, Scott. He's got hitting ability. He's got versatility. So you can do a lot of different things with him, and that's what makes him a valuable pick.
He only struck out 16 times in 230 at-bats in D1 baseball. So the contact is certainly there for Luke Waddell. Pick number 157 for the Atlanta Braves. 158 belongs to the Oakland A's. You're watching the 2021 MLB Draft presented by Dove Men Plus Care. We are live at the Raleigh Hotel, bringing you pick number 158. We'll take a
CJ
break at the end of
Rodriguez
this
going to
round,
the
but first,
A's.
Oakland's up.
The Oakland Athletics select C.J. Rodriguez, a catcher from Vanderbilt University. The Minnesota Twins have the next pick.
So there's Jack Leiter, there's Kumar Rocker, and there's C.J. Rodriguez.
And I think what helped him is, he's handling quality stuff. If you can catch, Jack Leiter and Kumar Rocker, you're a pretty good receiver. It was better offensively at the plate this year, soft hands. I think he's more, how much he hits will determine whether he's a regular or backup, but he definitely has the defense ability to be a backup.
Christian
That's
McLeod,
an awesome experience
pitcher,
to catch those two in college.
going to the Twins.
The Minnesota Twins select Christian McLeod, a left-handed pitcher from Mississippi State. The San Diego Padres have the next pick.
Is this an under-the-radar arm out of Mississippi State?
Not so much under the radar, but I thought he had a chance to maybe go in the second round at the beginning of the year, and then he didn't pitch well in the postseason. He got shelled in both of his College World Series starts. He still won the national title. When he's on, he has a plus curveball that has good depth and it plays well off his fastball. 87 to 93 miles an hour, and tunnels really well with that bender. It's got high spin rates, and he keeps it up in the strike
All right,
zone.
guys.
So he's kind of that. We hear
Yeah,
about
get your
guys,
last
it's not big
comments in
velocity.
right
He
now.
pitches at the top of the strike
Okay.
zone with a fastball. Drops the curve in the bottom of the strike zone.
Yeah,
he's got a big
there's
frame, downhill
10
plane.
yeah,
So this could be a value pick. I think he
BWA.
in the year, which a lot of pitchers did
I
coming off the
can't
COVID
stream
season,
the
and we got
last
him about 3
5
rounds later than
rounds
they might have.
So middle of
today.
the radar.
I
That's
can
the
only
work.
San
stream
Diego Padres select Max Ferguson, a second baseman from the University of Tennessee.
a while.
The
Okay.
Tampa Bay Rays have the next pick.
Padres are gonna take
One of the
Max
best hitting
Ferguson.
prospects from Tennessee since.
Since Nick Senzel, I wrote
you
that
go.
scouting report, so I knew where you were going.
Jonathan.
But
Jim,
Why do you keep blaming me?
but hits interesting.
I'm laying him up. And
I-
he's smacking him back.
I thought I'm being mean. I thought Max Ferguson had a chance to go in the first round if he had a good spring, and he got off to a bad start. Finished strong as they got to Omaha, but he's got a really nice left-handed stroke. He draws walks. I don't know if he just got too power conscious this year. He swung and missed more than he had in the past. And this guy, he's a plus runner. He's a smooth defender at second. He's got enough arm strength. I think you could play him on the left side of the diamond. So Scott, what are the 2 attributes he has?
I'm hearing attributes that sound very familiar. Now he's quizzing me, and he gives me hard balls when I'm
So
already on to
the
my
hitting
next pick.
ability and the versatility. But
There it
this
is.
is another one. I think this could be a steal. If Max Ferguson gets back to where he
Mason.
was
Now we're going to
coming
the
into the year, he was an easy
Rays.
top 2-round pick.
Authentic Jim Callis.
And
right
let's see,
there.
the
You did
last
it, Jim.
player
I'm going to keep giving you those questions.
under
so
the
stay
draft
ready.
coverage is gonna be going to the Dodgers.
The Tampa Bay Rays select Mason Auer, an outfielder from San Jacinto College. The Los Angeles Dodgers have the next pick.
All right,
6'1",
guys.
210 outfielder. He can also pitch. I'm still looking for two-way players to develop. And hey, the Tampa Bay Rays have a Brendan McKay in their system who does both.
You like your 2-way players.
course.
He was more of a pitcher when he got to college. He was at Missouri State for a year, went to San
With
Jack,
the final pick of
going
the
to
fifth
Oregon.
round, the Los Angeles Dodgers select Ben Casparius, a right-handed
You're gonna
pitcher
select
from the University
Los
of
Angeles
Connecticut.
Dodgers select
We
Ben
will now go into a
Casparius,
10-minute
guys.
break.
Thank you for tuning into my draft coverage today. I'll see you sometime soon. Okay.